That's what I think is like the gross part that a lot of people don't want to have to acknowledge. I'm waiting to see. Oh, Nala answered me back.
Yay!
Let's see, it's a good idea they sent me. Oh, okay. So they sent her their address.
Oh
So
wow.
hello everybody.
Hello.
I will tell you. There's a person I'm talking to online, and I don't like to name drop, so I'm not going to say who. But it's a larger creator who actually I have been
It's a
helping with.
special person.
They're really nice. I like them. She has done rescue, and she is currently trying to get a home for a cat. And she got a potential adopter. I don't know if every home fiance I raise a lot more money. Oh, okay. Go. Well, you go ahead and introduce what's going on with you this week and everything. I gotta answer her.
Okay, so while she's doing that, hi everyone, how are you doing? Not a whole lot going on here, just the usual streaming stuff. We're here to talk about the animals and maybe give you some tax advice and some skincare while we're at it, because why not?
Tis the season.
It is indeed that season. I've been having some dry skin issues. The temperature and the dry air has made my rash come out, but I don't think you guys want to talk about that. We're still working on getting not working on getting Grace into heat, but Grace is working on going into heat, which is fun. No, it's not. Do not recommend. Do not. If you
get her a napper.
Well, Rudy gets wraps. I don't know if you've ever had to diaper an animal, a female animal. And so it's all great because, there's supposed to be this hole in the butt for them to poop out of. But 9 times out of 10, that hole doesn't appropriately line up, and thus they end up grinding shit into themselves. And you get to clean that out. Do not recommend. Not even a little bit.
Mm-mm.
So.
No. Matter of fact, talking about the grossness of poo-poo, and hold on, let me tell her. Don't mind me, I'm on stream, so I'm trying to answer and be a good YouTuber at the same time, which I'm failing at currently. Hi, everybody. Anyways, so I see. Wow, guys, I haven't seen some of you in a while. Hello, Kimster. Hello, Missile Launcher. Hello, Allison. Hello, Hexred. Guys, I will tell you right now, Hexred is one of the most talented artists I have in my Discord. Phenomenal. And they made their entry for my my 1,000 follower on Instagram. When Hexred did the entry of Angel, it was stunning. I loved it. But hello, everybody. Going into the topic of doo-doo and smooshed poop, I thought it would be a good one considering I'm talking about the rescue with, yes, we're talking about you, you little shit. You. We are
the one who produces the shit, yeah.
Are you the reason that fell down too? You see above her, that little line, you can't see, that line right there is little stars. They got knocked down today, and we don't know how. I'm starting to get the idea. Yeah. Anyways, so, as I was saying, Hara brought up a very, valid point. When you have animals, especially if you've got, whether you're doing breeding or you've got an annoying one, you're typically
usually it's Alex in here screaming his head off. I'm glad it's yours this time.
She is literally trying to climb the wall right now. Penny, leave it. I don't care. No.
Do you have a squirt bottle? It might be time to squirt.
Squirt bottles all in the room. I'm gonna take out the high heels to do it. For those of you that don't know, I'm too short for all of the chairs that I need to be at my desk. And so in order to be at my desk, I have to wear high heels to sit in the chair and not hurt. Let's all laugh. But I might have to get the spray bottle. I might have to rip off the heels and run to the other. It's the whole thing. Anyways, you know what I thought before I got on stream? I was like, I should bring in the spray bottle just in case Orion comes in and Sunny's in here and I've got to spray them. But I was like, no. Orion's going to lay down with Matthew. It should be fine. Anyways.
That's what you get for thinking.
That's what I get for thinking and having faith in my animals, Fuck me.
You
Anyways,
just need 2 spray bottles, one for out there, one for in there.
no, I like that level of consumerism. I enjoy that because I already do that with my freaking face lotions. I might as well with everything else. Anyways, so as I was saying, um, when you do rescue, when you have an animal that has high anxiety, that rips herself up, as you can clearly see Penny does, right?
Got a whole ass handle on that tail.
Oh yeah. Let me see. So, calm down. It's a microphone, kid. Hey, it's a microphone. See?
She's not going to feed you to it.
Look. See? She saw the microphone. She got terrified. So, as you can see, this is the exact area. Hold on. She gets very scared very quickly. But, as you can see, she's tore up her whole lower end. And she's kind of a little on edge right now because Luna has been screwing with her food really bad. Because Penny will get up on the fridge, get left alone. Luna's having her own anxiety-ridden moment. So when we trap her out of the room to take care of the kittens, she runs up to the top of the fridge to hide and then steal the food, the whole thing. Penny, as I've told you guys, is the most destructive animal that I have. And the reason why that is because Penny was separated from her mother at 3 weeks old. When we got her, she was, in case you guys don't know, she was found in a soda machine, and she was found in a gravity soda machine. And what that means is, what happens is you order your drink and it goes like that, and gravity drops it into the thing and brings it out to you. Someone shoved her in the little hole where the bottle drops down. So because she was only 3 weeks old, any bottle that would have dropped in her could have done severe damage to her. The only reason that she was found is that set of pipes you keep hearing whenever she's in the background. Penny has a very big set of lungs. She always has. But the problem is when you get an animal that was separated that young from their mother and they do not get put with another mother or with another litter, they can, and very often do, develop some form of separation anxiety and all other forms of anxiety. And anxiety in cats tends to manifest in rather destructive and sometimes gross ways. I'll just be honest. So Penny embodies all of that. Penny is very self-deprecating. She, as you can see, she will overlick herself. The problem is, unlike with most cats, I can't shove a shirt on her or a donut. One, because she is too small. Penny's going to be 10 years old next year. You would never know. She is not an old-looking cat, and she's only like 6 pounds, if that. The other problem is that a lot of folks don't realize how cats ease their anxiety is through scent. That scent usually comes out of their bowels and their bladder. And so Penny single-handedly has destroyed 4 couches, numerous shoes, books. She's destroyed paperwork, towels, and as of late, in the last 2 to 3 years, she has migrated around the house. She was destroying my office for a while. That was pretty bad. She still sometimes comes in because Calliope does it too. Calliope's just as bad. She'd come in and she would comfort scent wherever she was sitting. And she'll migrate to a new spot, do it there, migrate to a new spot, do it there. Now, for a short amount of time, she was hiding in the couch in my living room, and there was a litter box right there, so that was a little easier for her. And she would eat on top of the fridge. Well, now it's come to the point where she no longer goes under the couch because we removed any chance for her to make a little nest of disgust. So she has taken to peeing on top of the fridge instead, which is gross, but thankfully, the least destructive thing she has done in my house. So now every day, several times a day, my husband and I are getting up there. And the reason why I bring this up is because I hear a lot of folks on here, and I love that you say it, saying, "Hi, Moon."
Hi, Moon.
They say to me, Um, with meds, I am not willing to bring her into the vet for that kind of thing because she's so high anxiety. The last time I brought her to the vet was when she nearly died. Hi, Di. And
Hi,
that's
Diane.
the last time I brought her in. I do try to avoid doing it too much, but I may have to as she gets older. This is the least bad she's been. Like, the thing is, guys, like, and I'm not denying Kimster what you're saying, because it is a good idea. What it comes down to is I go by how Penny's acting. For her to be willing to come in here and be out all day like she is very not in Penny's actions. And this is something you have to monitor in a cat you have that has anxiety. Penny would often hide for days at a time. There used to be days I would not see her, and she's extremely good at hiding. Um, so for Penny to decide, not only is she going to come out, not only is she going to face all the other animals, she comes out and she goes all about the house. She'll come into the bedroom, she'll come into the kitchen, she'll come into the bathroom, and she'll come into the office. And that's why I have more confidence in it. And what we're going to do is we're going to maneuver and put a litter box up there instead. And hopefully that will absolve a lot of it, because what I've come down to figuring out is once Penny has decided on a thing that actually makes her comfortable, she likes height. That is her big thing. The higher she is, the happier she is. Typically, cats with high anxiety tend to want height. Here's why: cats are predators, cats are hunters, and it puts them in a position of power, for lack of a better term. That's why whenever somebody has come to me and asked, hey, how do I help this anxiety ridden cat that I have? How do I help this cat that is violent towards my other animals? This, that, and the other. Honestly, it is as simple as buying a couple of cat trees. Instead of going, and that's one of the reasons, one of the things we have to do now. Granted, a lot of you guys know we just got through buying a house, so we're pretty broke at the moment. We're saving up for the first few months of mortgage, and then we're going to be able to, start getting into stuff again. But a lot of people don't realize that, even though, yes, Kimster, I 100% agree that I might have to look into it. I try all alternatives first, because especially with animals,
Hey, Rachel.
medication can't be the crutch. It has to be the path towards a better thing. We want to be able to have it where if something happened and for some reason I couldn't keep her on that medication, we have a better solution in the long run. And so and I will say this, part of what made it worse is I had to bring Sunny and Luna back in for a short amount of time. Once Ray can take them back, it's going to relieve a lot of issues in the household. It did relieve a couple bringing them in, because Sunny and Sinbad are like this red cat behavior. The two of them came together and they have not separated. But I will say that the two of them got very used to being in their own home. So it has been a bit of a transition being with all of these animals again. And honestly, what's kind of cute is that both of them, you can tell they very much remember being raised here, because whenever they're resting during the day, they don't rest around the house, they rest in my bedroom. So they go right back to where they were when they lived here, which is kind of cute. But yeah, I say this because when you get a high anxiety cat or when you do rescue, be prepared that sometimes, by the way, hi Rachel, be prepared that it's not always pretty, it's not always clean, it's not always nice, and sometimes you have to problem solve with the animal. With Penny, like I said, she used to do it everywhere. There was no one spot. She would do it wherever she felt she needed to. That she's narrowed it down to one area, and one specific area is, silly as it sounds, a big improvement. Because the fact that she'll follow me into here and she will very boldly stand in front of not only the other cats but the dogs as well, it's a big deal. To me, at least. But any hoodly. So I've dribbled on. I did want to say that, didn't you, Miss Horror, have a request to all of our peoples?
Oh, yeah. So everybody helped so much getting me to 500 and getting me all those watch hours. And we've had a little time off, relaxing and resting on our laurels from reaching those goals. But I've decided now it's time to reach 1K. So we're pushing on towards that. If anybody isn't subscribed or would like to subscribe, please feel free to stop by my channel and hit that lovely little subscribe button. Stop by and come listen to me read you stories or play games or whatever in the world it is. Now, I will have to point out that most of the time I'm not a human being on these streams, but that's okay.
You know what? Every once in a while, the tentacles got to come out. It's okay. I had to tell your sheep that he needed to understand that you wouldn't mind having a kitty as a date. He was judgmental. Oh, you saw our interaction, did you? Maybe that squid likes the kitty.
I watch you guys all the time.
I went to go say the other word, but I was like, I think that might ruin the joke.
Might be pushing it a little far.
Maybe. Pushing it a little bit. Even though it's Twitter, you know, you still gotta be good. But it's been, I bet my voice sounded weird until a second ago. Apparently, the cats messed up my mic.
No, you sounded fine.
Oh, well. And here I was thinking something was wrong. But, so, I mean, there hasn't been much in the way of animal news this week. It's been pretty quiet. But, I mean, is it just me or is 2024 really, really already kind of exhausting and it's only just started?
It's already exhausting.
Hello, Quaid.
I'm done with it. As far as I'm concerned, it can be over.
It's already crazy. Like, it really, really is. And the Biden meme really threw me off. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, our dear Presidente has decided after 4 years.
Plant in chief, yeah.
I think it's just like, yeah. The dementia in chief, yeah. He let me tell you something. If he wanted to compete with Trump for being what?
I thought I didn't have any of these left. So I found one.
I'm so excited.
There's more than one in here. I am so thrilled because I thought they were all broken or like screwed up and I couldn't find any because Sydney chews on them.
And it doesn't hurt his teeth?
I don't know what that dog's teeth are made out of. I'm not. So, you know those big knuckle bones you'd buy for like a fucking pipple like yours? Yeah. I give those to Sydney.
He's not that big of a boy.
No, but he chews them like... I have to buy him a new one. I'm pretty sure he's chewed everything he can off of it and he's gotten bored with it.
Penny, what you doing? Penny.
So I don't care what anybody says. Yes, it's a nail file. While we're talking tonight, I'm doing my nails. Because I need to.
Hi, Hunty. Seriously, guys, if I told you she was an adult cat, would you believe me? Penny.
Actually, yes, but...
You don't count.
I know cats, so...
You are not allowed to speak, madame. With your smart mouth, know your place.
I know my place. That's why I speak.
You're not the elder god here.
That's what you think. I'm still the elder.
How dare you? By like a sneeze.
Oh God, by like years, and it's about to get worse.
What, is the gap gonna get bigger?
For a little bit, until you have your birthday.
That's cool. I have an old dog, but also yes, right? Whatchamacallit. So, Joe, when he first got into office, was all like, oh, nothing like Trump. Nah, 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 nah. And I don't know what happened. They put, some White House staffer has been put in charge of Joe's social media.
Oh, he's been in charge of, they just cycled to a new one.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying like whoever this one is.
Right.
Because whoever was before was not a staffer. That was something else. That was like an actual politician. You could tell it. Because he never post anything. And when he did post, it was so...
Stupid.
This is more young. This is someone young, possibly in their 20s, and they posted. I'm gonna show you guys, in case you're not on the Twitter, in case you're not in the know. Let me get up on horror because I cannot go on Starman's because it might have personal information. Oh, and let me tell you something, guys. Luna is a psychopath. I didn't send you the video.
Yeah.
This fucking bitch puts her paws on the light bulb and just stands there on the lamp on the light bulb. Any wonder how we had the light smash? There we go. Did I send it twice by accident?
Yes, you did.
Oh no, wait, that's why, because I sent the wrong screenshot. Okay,
you did. I mean, that one's still accurate, but
I was like, it doesn't look right. That's why it doesn't look right. Okay. Now I sent the right one. Oh yeah, the pic they posted is very Gen Z humor. Yes. But beyond it being Gen Z humor, it's just, again, really, you'll see. Hold on. It's a really odd choice to do it now. That's the problem. They put this out, okay? Out of nowhere. Now, the problem is, again, she and I have aired on it. No matter what side you sit on the Palestine-Israel conflict, apparently the exact same time he posted this, there was a active bombing going on in the conflict, like major, severe, high casualty. Okay, so that's the first thing. It was posted around the time the Super Bowl ended. Okay, so the problem is when you do something like this, yes, it's very good Gen Z humor.
It's okay. You can laugh.
I don't mean to laugh. It's funny in a dark way. Here's why. If you are someone who's constantly posting memes like that, doing this out of the ordinary, not an issue. If you are someone who does a story like Elon Musk's page, you go to Elon Musk and he is constantly doing meme lord things, but they kind of tell a story. They all follow in a flow, right? Joe did this out of nowhere. This is literally out of nowhere. This was after he did that stupid fucking Super Bowl commercial about his snacks. And he had the audacity to talk about affordable snacks.
Shrinkflation. Well, I'm so sorry.
No,
continue.
I want you.
Oh my God. Do you guys know what causes inflation is literally the government. The money that it started back in COVID, the Modelo thing started back then. The money that they printed to give us that tiny bit back, they literally created it out of nothing. That money never actually existed because of the way monetary systems are run now. They don't even have to physically print the money. They just change decimals inside of a computer. And all of a sudden you have all this money to play with. And because you have all this money to play with, the value of the dollars that we have, the actual physical dollars that we have, drops. Because you know what? When you have a lot of something, the value tends to go down. So because the value goes down, all those companies, what are you pointing at? What about me?
We are about animals, Arcanus, but this was something that we were talking about, just random shit happening on
That's a point of agreement.
Oh. Well, how am I supposed to know you're just pointing?
It's a point of agreement, damn it, bitch.
She said that's a point of agreement, damn it, bitch. Yes.
I went the misogyny route for you. That way you don't get canceled.
She's just being misogynistic for you. That way, it giving you that buffer. Anyway, so like I was about to say, so what happens is the money that those corporations have also becomes worth less because it's the same money that we have. Their monetary supply is the same monetary supply that we use. So all of our money that doesn't go as far, their money doesn't go as far too. It's literally the exact same thing as when the gas prices go up and you go to work thinking, I need a raise so that I can keep all my bills in check and remain at the same point I am. Businesses want to do the same thing because, shocker people, businesses are made of people. They're not actually people of themselves. They're not their own entity. They are just a whole bunch of human beings working together to do a thing. So If you want to stop shrinkflation, you have to stop inflation. To stop inflation, you have to stop letting the government spend all the money that it possibly wants to, because at this point, they're not taking money from us. They're just making up. They're literally pulling it out of their asses, people. And then to do that, and the Fed. I'm done.
See, I'm not the only one that ran. You guys, I hear someone tapping in. Yes, caller.
Go ahead.
I've been tapping on the mic for the last like minute and a half, telling you to just mute.
Oh, you wanted it to mute. You muted. Okay.
Yeah, mute me. I'm gonna be making like noises.
Okay, you're muted.
He's gonna be chewing.
Yeah, he's got a piece of cake.
And so here's
The show is about animals because fuck you, humans are animals too.
Not just that. I actually have a way to put it in. Where do animals fall? Hold on. We'll get there. Quage, we'll get there. Hold on. We're doing calls. Here's how I can round it out, okay? Joe Biden, during Super Bowl, makes a commercial about shrinkflation, whatever the fuck that is, right? Here's the deal about shrinkflation. We take care of animals, right? We do animal rescue. We do animal breeding. Animal food has shrinkflation 2 times the price, Joe. That's why we can talk about it. Because you know what? Go back to 2020. Guess what bitch could afford to feed all these fucking animals with no problem? I was feeding more animals because I had more of them in cages. And I was not spending as much money as I do now. People are not animals, but, well, technically we are. We are technically an animal. We are just a higher form.
A lot of people like to try to consider themselves separate from animals, but in the end, we work the same way. The only difference is we have a higher involved brain function.
Right. And so here's what I tell a lot of people. You know, when you talk about politics, talk about this stuff, I cannot afford to rescue it during kitten season this year. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Short of crowdfunding, I do not know how I'm going to be able to rescue kittens this year, because unless I get a substantial amount of money brought into me, I don't know if I can afford the extra litter, the extra food, the extra medical. I'm still going to get all 3 boys fixed. I've never gone this long without getting kittens vetted and fixed. I can't afford it because I have to pick between making sure everyone's fed properly or doing that, because it's a large chunk of money. This has never happened before, and I've been doing rescue now for how many years? Since I was 12. So over 20 years. I've been doing rescue now since I was 12 years old. I'm gonna be 37 this year. 25. Haha. I can count. Look at me. Only took me 4 years of freshman high school mathematics, and I can do that arithmetic in my head.
It's okay. 1 year, I thought I was a whole year older for a whole year. I thought I was a year older for a whole year.
I almost forgot I was 36. I kept going to say 35. I was like, wait a minute. That number doesn't sound right. And I was like...
And I want to say when I was 38, I thought I was 39 for the whole year.
Oh, shit. Oh,
and
thank you, Candace.
And I asked my mom, why didn't you correct me? And she's like, well, you thought you were right. So, and then I'm like,
you went with it. Why not? See, all I know is that eventually you stop remembering how old you are. I refuse. Can't relate. Match is hard. Teen talk Barbie. Math is hard. Yes.
So is typing, apparently. But
yeah, listen, I got a new phone. She is clearly one of my children. You know, I don't have a lot of kids. Moon is one of them. She is far better at typing than I am. I'm quicker at it, but she's more astute. Hunty is more like me, passionate, but grammatically incorrect. Anyways, whatchamacallit. But yeah, like, I will tell you right now, this year is gonna be tough until something happens. Because when I tell you I'm popping through the food quick because of Sunny and Luna, because they are fucking... It's ridiculous. But going back to it, we have these just memes going on out of nowhere, and it threw everyone off, and everyone was like, well, I thought you were making fun of Joe because he wasn't being hip enough. I'm like, you don't wait your entire fucking presidency to relate to your constituents and your voters until the next election year. You don't wait until then. And literally into that year. Like you waited until all the way into February of that year. Doesn't that look a little disingenuous? We already knew you're disingenuous, but at least pretend. We already knew, but you aren't even pretending, sir. And it's like they literally just convicted him of crimes. And oops, you loud. Who are you? I'm my dad.
It's Kim Possible. No.
It's like, what's the sitch? Let me see who texted me. It's my dad. My dad sends me Tumblr things all the time. He won't use Instagram or Facebook, but he's on Tumblr. I have argued. He won't. Anyways. So, what was I saying?
Dark Brandon.
Huh?
Dark Brandon.
Dark. That's right. They call him Darth Brandon or something like that. But it's just like, you wait all the way until now. You're clearly just trying to erase something. You're trying to get something. Because this man, oh, yes, right. That's what it was. Thank you. I got back to it. He just got convicted, right? He got convicted of something. And they said, we cannot take him to trial because he's too elderly and his mental state is not good enough.
Oh, he wasn't convicted. They were going on about if they were going to bring charges to him based on these top secret files in his.
That has been proven that so if he is not fit to stand trial, why is he fit to run the country?
Do you want to know the theory?
Because he's a puppet?
No. The theory is they're letting it out. They put that in there and they're letting it show now so that they can replace him.
Right. With Kamala.
Well, for temporarily with Kamala, and then whoever they decide to put into the election, because they can't run Kamala.
They're trying to go with Gavin Newsom, and I'm like, bro, he is universally hated in California. The only reason he won, I think, was by technicalities. Oh no, politics. But let's say, listen, stop calling Joe a puppet. Puppets are cute. He's weird.
It depends on the puppet.
It depends on the damn puppet.
Plenty of weird puppets.
Look at some of Jim Henson's stuff. Well, sheesh.
I love Jim Henson, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, but doesn't mean some of his shit wasn't creepy.
Oh, very creepy. Mm-hmm. The entirety of Secret of the Return to Oz was. I love that movie so much.
Do you know I've never seen it, and I keep hearing about it. I didn't believe it existed.
It is an amazing movie. It definitely exists. I've seen it probably 100 times.
So, like, I keep hearing about it. Favorite puppet, go. You go first. Ooh, that's a tough one.
Fizzgig from The Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal entire cast is hard to pick from. Hoggle.
Hoggle, very good.
Hoggle or Ludo, but I would say Hoggle. Because then people were like, well, technically Hoggle's not a puppet because that was a midget and no, it was a puppet. If you look, they had to operate the entire face. But then I could also, we could also say dinosaurs. The entire cast of dinosaurs.
Yeah. So
cool. And the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I honestly would say animatronic puppets that are combo of a person in a suit along with a rigger handling the mask. Those are my favorite kinds of puppets. And I would say starting with Hoggle, going to, and I realized all of that is Jim Henson. I did not know Jim Henson did dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. Also, I don't know if it was some kind of like fever dream. I didn't know. Oh, what did Duggery say? What is his favorite? Doug is Matthew's father. Whatchamacallit. He did a deep dive into Puppets, Muppets, and Muppets. That's a show. Do y'all know the Hoggle being left at the airport and he's now a bag? Stop it. You mean the actual outfit? I'm on a Muppet kick right now. Y'all are fueling this ism in me right now. But yeah, I did not remember how dinosaurs ended. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know.
No, you didn't remember that. It was one of, I mean, you,
Dork.
yeah, but I kind of is the perfect ending to that show, though. I mean,
It was highly recommend Fraggle Rock. My brother loved
Fraggle Rock
growing
was
up.
great. I loved Fraggle Rock.
I never saw a single episode of it. If I did, I don't remember. But I also, around the time that was happening, you guys have to remember that's around the time that Who Framed Roger Rabbit came out. Okay,
Good movie.
terrified the shit out of me. I was just talking to Michelle about it because I got very mad at her because she put the scene where he dips the shoe. You guys need to know that was one of the formulative things for Star Son. One of the reasons I rescue is I see the poor little eyes of that shoe. I know it's just a shoe. I know, but you gotta realize in my mind, that's like a kitten or a puppy getting tortured. And who's gonna go save the poor little kitten or puppy? Star Son will. And so Christopher Lloyd, not Christopher Lloyd himself, but when he turns into
Him in that role, he did an amazing job in that role. But I've always loved Christopher Lloyd. He's an amazing actor.
But when he went, "You remember me, honey?"
Oh God, yeah.
Just like bro, I still get uncomfortable, and I'm like, I get a little bit thick in the throat, a little panicky. Mind you, I know I'm safe. I'm alive. The cartoon's not real, but the terror is. And it's like, it's it. I know, Penny. I'm sorry. I got her so upset because I got so high. I didn't see that movie in a minute. Every once in a while, it comes on TV, and I will sit and watch it, and I'll enjoy it, and I'll keep thinking, "Wow, there's a lot of innuendos." Because it was a groundbreaking movie. So there are two movies in my mind that were this largely groundbreaking. Oh, the Biden. Yeah, exactly, Diane. Exactly. Well, I know you and Duggery agree with me as well. And whatchamacallit? There's two movies that truly broke ground in terms of getting a lot of industry competitors and people that were head to head did not get along, did not agree to work together. One was Roger Rabbit, and the other was actually Wreck-It Ralph. These were two films that were able to collectively. Is Penny gonna use a litter box like a normal creature? Oh, I'm so proud. Anyways, these two films were able to convince many competing large corporations and many competing businesses across the industry, especially with Wreck-It Ralph. Because with Wreck-It Ralph, it was not just video games, it was all social media platforms. It was a lot of different shopping platforms. You had a lot of these businesses that were technically competing, working together on this film. With Lily Singh, what?
Oh no, Hunty's talking about Muppet Mayhem.
Oh, she's a weirdo. I don't see where Penny went. Oh, she's just standing on a litter box. Okay. But when it comes to Roger Rabbit was the first one, and they truly broke the mold on that because, again, at the time, a lot of these were still contracted. When you worked for one of these studios, you couldn't go from one to the other. You were contracted by the studio. You were forced by the studio to stay there and work there. It was very different. Is there a set? Yes, there is. So, Quage, there is a YouTube chat on my side, a YouTube chat on horror side. There is a Kick chat, a Twitch chat on horror side. On my side, there is a YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Although I never see the comments from Twitter. I don't know if anyone even comments on my Twitter once. On your daughter, you're so mean. I meant I was waving off Lily Singh, not you, darling. But how many pets do you have? What are their names? Hold on. What time is it? All right. It's going to be a while. I have currently 16 animals in this house. And of the 16, 14 are mine. No, 13 are mine. 1 is practically already mine. Here we go. Arcanus has been here before. So I have
He goes, everybody get comfy. Have your drink.
right. Get ready. Hold on. Okay, so I always go to start with Zorro, but Zorro's gone now. He passed away. So I have Daisy. Daisy is going to be either 11 or 12. We don't know. We have. I know. I have a very quiet house for that many animals. I love to release the beast. So Daisy is the first cat I found here. She is a tortoiseshell. She is going on either 11 or 12 years old. Then there is Aria. Aria is the same age as Daisy. We know based on their size and, how their growth has gone. So both of them, Daisy and Aria. Daisy's a tortoiseshell. Aria is one of those white with black patch cow cats. They are both rescues. Then there is Nova. She's my long-haired tortoiseshell. She was my first kitten rescue here in North Carolina, and we got her the day after my cat Bob passed away, because the rescue that helped us try to save Bob literally called me the next day and asked me if I was willing to save a life. So of course I fucking did it. And then we walked away with 2 cats, which was Aria and Nova. Nova was 5 weeks old. They did not believe she was going to live. Now she is the most gluttonous creature on the planet. Then we move up to Penny. Penny was found in 2015, and you guys know her backstory. I just told you all earlier. Then we have who was next? Then it was Axel. Axel was found by my brother in the engine of the truck at a drop he was doing at the furniture delivery store that he worked at. And then Hendrix is next, although technically Hendrix didn't come until I moved into this house. Hendrix is the same age as Axel. Hendrix came with this house, and he is my stripy baby. He is a brown tabby stripe. Then we move on to Greta. Or should I do all the cats first, then do the dogs?
I just do them in age order.
Okay, so then there's Greta. Greta is the next oldest. Greta is going to be 8 in April. Greta is my boxer pit bull. As a matter of fact, Greta! Come here, kid. Come on, get up.
I don't want to, Mom.
Oh, yeah, they're all cuddled on the bed with Matthew. Greta! Come here. I hear the thud. They're finally coming. No, I didn't want you. Greta! Come here! I now hear her. When she gets comfy, I know, Mommy's so mean. Come here, Greta. Come here. Hop up. I know you're so tired. Come here. Hold on. Hop. Greta. Come here. People want to see you. Oh. This is Greta. And she was very comfy with my husband, as I can tell, because she walked in like she was going. Does Greta look like she owes you money?
Yes. Oh, hi, sweetie.
Greta always looks like she just got accused of a horrible crime. Do you want to go back to Daddy? Go ahead, baby. And then, let me see. I guess it would have to be this asshole. Come here. This is Orion. And he is my 110-pound baby.
Hey, Joker.
Kissing his cheek in case anyone wonders. He is a habitual licker. He came to me because we realized when we had Greta, oh yeah, they both, as soon as they knew I was done with them, they both ran back to the room, little shits. Both of them. Oh God. Anyways, so with Orion, baby, you can go. What, Greta? Come here. What's the matter? I thought you wanted to stay with Daddy. It's not even 12 o'clock. What's the matter?
You woke her up.
Well, yeah, but she usually marches right back in. You selfish little brat. Anyways, so then, okay, who am I up to now?
You just did Orion.
Orion. And then I got Hendrix. I technically got then Calliope. Okay, I'm getting on the right track. Okay, go see Daddy. Go lay down with Daddy, baby. It's okay. Then we got Calliope. Calliope was part of my stripy trio. Regrettably, 2 of them passed away due to a mysterious illness that almost killed her. A lot of you know Penny purely because a lot of folks helped me out with medical bills for this one. This was in 2022 and 2021 into 2022. Killed 2 of the kittens after they had gotten fixed. Mysterious illness, 2 weeks apart, they passed away. Then months go by, and I assume it was something they caught. And then this one out of nowhere exhibits the exact same symptoms. And by literally, when I tell you guys miracle, this one's gone through a lot in her life. That's why I let a lot pass. Because this one's literally stared at death's door. This time in the summer of 2022, she could not see, she could not hear, and she was like, she couldn't walk and she had the shakes. And as you see, she's perfectly fine now. So
At least as fine as she's going to be.
yeah, I mean, she's still a psychopath, but you know, right? Yeah. And as you can see, she's very attached to me. She doesn't let people usually hold her or pick her up or anything like that. So, okay, then there was Calliope. Calliope is one of the reasons why I've had to take my rescue a lot more seriously. Before this, none of my cats had any illnesses. Calliope is FIP positive. I never know. She's one of those, okay, where pretty much the doctors told me this. She could live for another 5 days. She could live for another 5 months. She could live for another 5 years. We have no idea when she would go. Could take her at any time. They said just be prepared that if she got sick, she would get very sick. And thankfully, I keep my animals very healthy. Knock on wood. But that's neither here nor there. So then there's Calliope. Then there is Sinbad. Sinbad is. Do you have a cheat sheet? Well, I start losing track down the line because there's a lot of them, and
That's why I told you to go by age.
Right, I go by age, but the problem is then I also go by when certain ones passed away because Atreyu and Bastion, they passed away in 2021, and then I got Sinbad. So with Sinbad,
hey, Unlucky.
Hello, Sinbad came in. He's beautiful. You guys, if you look at some of my videos from 2022, he is at the intro of them. Sinbad came to me because my husband's best friend had a guy that was living with him and found him at work. He was going to keep him. Well, this guy couldn't even clothe his own child. So I said, the fuck he is. He better get his baby a bed before he worries about adopting a kitten. Are we talking about pussies again?
Yeah, all the time, Unlucky.
Yes. And so Sinbad then came in. During that time, I took in Athena. Athena is my best friend's cat that she hasn't been able to take back yet. Going on almost 3 years. And right at this point, I've accepted she's probably mine. And during all this, Sunny and Luna actually lived. The day that Atreyu died was the day I found Sunny. And Luna was best friends with Calliope, Atreyu, and Bastion. Like they were a big group of love. She kind of changed after the boys died. She got very violent. She hasn't changed. She hasn't gone back since. She's kind of been she was very triggered by it because she was found as a young kitten as well. They went with Ray, Sunny and Luna. Went with Ray. They lived with him. Then Ray's landlord decided a couple of months ago, don't want to do that anymore. I had to take them back. So then I got Sunny and Luna. Now you should make a sheet and record yourself. I plan on it because I've had a couple of people ask me this question. I plan on doing a quick little video with AJR's World's Smallest Violin of all my animals. I think it's gonna be a funny little video that I'm gonna put up. Of all the animals I've got, including and I am going to, just for the comedy of it, try to include, this is not including, guys, all the kittens that I have rehomed and adopted out. There's more. Like, you don't understand. And all of these kittens, because there's more coming. Then I have the Trouble Trio. The Trouble Trio are my current kittens in the crate. They're my last kittens right now. And they are all from the same litter. Their mother has been coming to my property, and she is a beautiful, like, smoke Siamese with long fur. The temptation. The temptation is real because she's stunning. But I have to keep reminding myself, I'm at my limit right now, at least until I can get Sunny and Luna back. What's really weird is that when we got the Trouble Trio, I kept saying to Matthew, it's weird because Dante and Atticus oddly remind me of Bastion and Atreyu. And the thing is, Bastion and Sunny are brothers. They came from somewhere in this neighborhood. We don't know who their mother is. And Dante looks and acts an awful lot like Sunny. So we have an idea that these three are related to Bastion. And I said to him the other day, I don't know if I said this on last stream, I said it got me a little off guard. I said it was almost like someone sent them to me to get over losing my boys. And I said, but it's always weird. We got 3 instead of 2. Well, if you look at Gorian is a black and white tuxedo. And for those of you that have been on the channel a long time and you see my own videos, Zorro was a black and white tuxedo. Is this the main reason? You know, you're the first person to realize that. I'm not joking, Kimster. You're the first person to realize that. Yes.
I'm sorry, anybody who didn't know that's an idiot.
It's always like, they're like, well, why do you want a house so bad? What the fuck do you think I want a house so bad?
So that no one can tell me exactly how many animals I can have in it. Fuck off.
And what I plan on doing now that we own the house, and now that I've dropped $7,000 fucking dollars, and I'm gonna be paying $1,100 a month, is the eventual goal. Right, Rachel. Right. The eventual goal is that I'm going to have several dog kennels and feral runs on the property. They are not for me to own more dogs. What it is that if we have my aim is a 12 dog run, at least one. And it's going to be climate controlled. This is not a tomorrow aim. This is, once I get bigger, I plan on crowdfunding for it. That is a 100% something. Making a sanctuary is very difficult. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of land. I only have 2 acres. Again, that is a goal, but that is when Starson is 55 goal. You know, long past childbearing age, and I can retire hopefully at some point soon after making the rescue / sanctuary. Kind of thought because of the weird car outside your house situation. No, I can get rid of that once I pay off the lien. But whatchamacallit? Oh, you mean the car that pulled up? Yeah, that was part of it. I mean, I like privacy and things like that, but this was not my first, third, or fourth choice in a house. I kind of just had no choice but to get this house. But yeah, so I have whatchamacallit? I have a lot of plans. I technically have enough land to do what I want to do. And I want to make what's called a feral run. And what a feral run is when you get a shed of some kind, you climate control the inside, and you cut out a door, and you add on a fully enclosed fenced-in area. And what you do with that fully enclosed fenced-in area, cats can roam in and out. So if you have a situation where someone says, there are 12 cats that are going to be euthanized, we have nowhere to put them. A rescue's willing to pull, but they have no room. A far better option than death is if I put them in my feral run. So I would obviously have to design it properly, like a catio. Exactly. It would be like a catio, but it's a permanent catio. It would have an indoor, like a room about the size of my room right here, maybe a little bigger. That I would have all the needs. So I'd have litter boxes. I would have heated. I would have climate control on the inside. The food would be in there. But then there would be a double size of the run where I would have trees, I would have things they can look at, there'd be water out there, and there'd be doors in and out and climbs and things like that. And I would do this so that way, no matter what, the cats have somewhere to go. Because some cats don't like to be inside. So I would have some of those indoor, outdoor little houses in there, so on and so forth. This is my plan for the moment. That's the idea. I'm trying to do it so that way the local rescues, because a lot of folks don't fix their cats around here. A lot of folks dump animals around here. I would much rather be that extra spot that they can go to. I'm not necessarily the ideal foster. I'll be the first to say it. I am not good for fostering. Not because I can't rehabilitate the animal. Not because I cannot love on the animal. It's none of the reasons you think. It's because I will end up with another pet. I can't. Why do you think? It was on live stream, okay? This is how bad it was, guys. You want to know how obsessed I am? I was doing my anniversary live stream back in November when Matthew got the call from Ray that he had to bring Sunny and Luna back to me. I'm on live and I shouted, "You bring them back now." And I looked at Matthew and I said, "Don't argue. It's happening." That's the real threat. Civil War meows. Oh yeah, Gothix was on the phone with me the other day.
Yeah.
And I was going around. And we were just shooting the breeze. And I was feeding all the animals, and she goes, "Cassie." "Yes, Vanessa." "How many cats are in front of you right now?" Do you want an exact number?" "Yes, I want an exact number." I said, 11. "Cassie!" Like she I was like, "What?" Feeding them.
They're eating. They're taken care of. What's to be upset about?
And I actually did figure out a really nice solution to the kibble problem for now. So the problem was that I had to skip on the wet food, partly because of her, because a certain someone kept peeing in the food dishes. So it got really frustrating when I'd have to rush through in the morning. I couldn't use them. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't keep washing the dishes every morning. I'm going to run out of time. So what I started doing was just doing kibble in the morning and at night for a little bit. Because there's nothing else I could do.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't good for them. It isn't good for their systems. I prefer wet in the morning. But then, of course, as well, some of them don't like the wet food. So what I did was I figured out this. Instead of buying the bigger cans of wet food, hoping most of the adults would eat it, and then coming in here and still putting kibble down. And then the dogs, excuse you, I have 14 cats.
There were only 11 there at the moment.
There's only 11 in the room. The kittens are in another room in a crate because I haven't been able to get them vetted yet. It's going to cost me $500 to $600 to get all the boys vetted and fixed, which doesn't sound like a lot of money when you think about it. However, your girl ain't got that at the moment. I had to pick and choose what was important, and I'm sorry, but car insurance, mortgage, it's just, they are alive, they are safe, they have a good place to sit. Once I can get the money up, problem solved. Anyways, so, oh lordy, yeah, see, you tried it, unlucky, but I've always got another one in the back. And the thing is, on top of that, you got to realize I also feed a lot of the neighborhood animals. Because I throw out, I work at a restaurant. I'm the assistant manager of a restaurant. So I will often take old food. Instead of us tossing it out, if I had the time, I would love to take all food that gets wasted. If I could, But when we're in a rush, if you've never worked in a restaurant, especially a small restaurant, it's very hard when you're trying to get the dishes done. Say, no, 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 don't throw that out. Put it in this bucket. No, no, no. And then you have to go to different areas. It just doesn't work. Edie!
Hey, Edie.
Oh, come here. Come here. I was talking about you. Yeah. Come here. Look at this old girl. You know what's sad about this one? You can see it. Possibly. See that little... No, you... Yeah, you're okay. Here, do the stretches. No, what's the matter? Oh, you didn't want to be up here with her. Okay. She's finally cuddling her on the couch. And she's still over here. She's like, ugh. She look at that thing on her. Thing being animals. I feel so bad. I can't even do, like, interviews. Because the problem is, I have to crate. Now I'm going to have to start crating the dogs. Eventually, you should work with a clinic or something. Spaying neuter can be so expensive. So the thing is, that is the low-cost clinic that I work with. And I don't know if they can take payment arrangements for me. I've brought every animal I've got there. But again, they're already low cost. And the thing is, they have to have those payments within a few weeks. Like, they won't let you pay it over a series of months. It is, okay, you can pay today this large amount, and then next week you're going to pay another large amount. So, again, the hope is that very, very soon, these are the last ones for a while. If I take any in, honestly, yeah, I will have to whore myself out to you guys. No joke. I don't like to. I think I've done a very good job of being very independent and not asking my audience for a lot. I try not to. I don't even ask for, no offense. I mean, no offense when I say this. I don't even ask for subs. Like, except I say sub, do that, but I never ask because I always feel like with me, it's weird. And I think that's definitely an issue with me. Because the only time I did it, and I still regret it, was because of this bitch. But it bit me in the ass because I had to do one piece of fan art during it. And let me tell you something. During my fan art, only pause, right? Seriously, Hunty, I really need to consider it. But the one I got in this big fight on Twitter with people.
The cats are still good.
From last time?
I don't think he understands that they're all your cats.
Oh yeah, the only one who's not good is Zorro, and that's because he's dead. But that's it. I don't know when the last time you saw me, Avery, but they're all good. They're all great. Draw porn, it's a moneymaker. Yeah, it's true, but awesome sauce. Make another either a GoFundMe or get an app where you can post pics to get money from uploads. It's gonna come down to a lot. I'm still waiting. Yeah, she is. Edie is nothing but an amazing friend. She and I poke each other, but Edie has been nothing but humongously supportive, and I owe her artwork.
Oh, I think he was talking about that story about that cat that was stuck in that house.
Oh, you're talking about Ivy. That's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah. So, she has a potential. Nobody wanted to adopt her, which is really shitty. But there's a potential adopter, and this adopter is like a unicorn. Like, matter of fact, I was talking to them earlier. Let me see if she said anything to me since I feel bad. I guess she did send me something. I certainly can't wait for that. What do you do? So, but yeah, she's doing good. Now, I've rambled on for a while. Go ahead. You go off about something for a little bit.
I'm doing my nails.
Huh?
I'm doing my nails. That's why
the nails, damn it.
Huh?
Nails.
Right now I'm just filing,
Have you seen the new Hollow Tacos?
I haven't lately, but I'm probably going to buy whatever collection she has currently as a birthday present.
It's out now, and it's all space themed.
Yeah, that may be my birthday present to myself.
When is your birthday again?
Thursday.
You're just before Matthew. The 15th. Happy early birthday. Can we get some early birthdays in the chat? I wish I had known ahead of time. I would have tried to send you something.
Is it fat of you to eat a tablespoon of fudge? Yes, but do it anyway.
I mean, but it's only a tablespoon.
Yes, but it's just fudge.
But if it was a cup, that would be. But
that's just extra fat.
But I mean, a little square of fudge.
That's different though. I mean, it depends on what you're saying. If you're talking about fudge, like fudge that's made to be fudge, or if you're talking like fudge icing, those are two different things.
Yeah, is it icing, Edie? I need to. Whoa, so Edie's had a rough day. Yeah, you go ahead, baby. You have your fudge.
I can absolutely buy myself birthday presents, Avery. That's what happens when people give you birthday money. You then use their birthday money to purchase your birthday presents.
That's just saying you buy yourself flowers.
I do that too.
She didn't get it. That's one of those teeny bopper things we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, I don't pay attention.
I'm
old.
Flowers. Although I will say that song is the ultimate troll. It's hilarious.
The fudge eaten on your birthday has 0 calories? Well, we'll find out, won't we? I still got to figure out what birthday cake I want, so.
I have to make Starman's birthday, and his birthday is this Sunday. I got to find where I can order it. So,
yeah, I think I'm going to be getting myself asking for a ice cream cake.
Ooh, best ice cream cake, mint chocolate chip.
It is really good. But I kind of want something with strawberry in it. Ooh, I bet I could do strawberry and cheesecake. Actually, that sounds good. Because we have a Cold Stone up here. And I love Cold Stone. So that should be yummy. Thank you for all the happy birthdays, by the way.
Cold Stone, I gotta say, they make good. They make good chocolate. They make good ice cream. I can't tell why. They do.
I like their stuff. We used to have a Baskin Robbins, but I don't know if we still do.
We do, but Starman did not want Baskin Robbins. I asked him.
No.
And he decided he wants very simple. He wants a golden butter yellow cake, and he wants peaches and strawberries on the inside with whipped cream, which
nice.
I call around about for tomorrow. But then again, I got to see how much it's going to cost. There's this one bakery in town. She does make good cake. All of her frosting, dude, is so... It's like a brick. She always does like this cream cheese buttercream, which in small doses can be great. She puts that on macarons. Right. And so I want you to imagine you put your macarons in the fridge, okay? And you bite into it and you get that soft. She does a great job with the cookie, and you bite and you're like, ugh. And it's a brick of sugar.
That doesn't make any sense. That's not a good filling for a macaron at all. Oh, now, granted, I can't eat those because generally they're made with almond flour. So,
what is the tree nut that you can have, or what is the nut? None? And you don't like peanuts?
Problem with peanuts is a lot of them are made with palm, either palm sugar or palm oil, and I am allergic to palm.
So even if they use like ground peanuts, like just ground peanuts?
I mean, if it's just peanuts, I can probably eat it, but I don't like just peanuts. So I've never really liked peanuts anyway. And realistically, when I had, because they can do the blood test for your allergies, and when I had that done, they said technically I have the markers to be allergic to peanuts. So it's probably just a matter of time before I start reacting. But I'm really weird because my nut allergy didn't show up until I was over 35.
I was going to say, you just got all the lucky things, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. So when I was 35, I put a Ferrero Rocher in my mouth and started chewing. And I got that feeling that you get in the back of your throat with the itchy. And the thing that makes me the most depressed in this world when it comes to candy is the one thing I loved so much. Those little chocolate pecan turtles.
Really? Those are that's number one?
I love those so much.
So I will say
the caramel, the chocolate caramel pecan. But I can't have those.
Edie feels your pain. So here's what I will say, right? And also I agree. Like and again, being a broke bitch right now, there are so many things that I've wanted to get and I usually have in the house so I can get all my cues, but having nothing, it makes you a little But anyways, um, so I remember this was back when I was still in Rhode Island, and this was near
Hey,
my
Vinny.
house. The hi Silvar, and that's when the StarMorata realized she's allergic to crunchy frog. I like the cashew turtles. I actually do prefer cashews to pecans, but there's another reason for that. Um, so I used to get this salad from Wendy's, and it was their strawberry summer salad.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep. And I wouldn't use the dressing they had. I would take it home, put olive oil, salt, and pepper on it because I hated that fruity ass dressing. But it came with this pecan crumble, and it had like this cinnamony thing in it. And I used to eat it all the time. And then one day, I got that tingle in the back of my throat. And now it doesn't always happen, but every once a few years, out of nowhere, I'll have pecan or pecan with some seasoning on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it happens out of nowhere. Yeah, but see, that's why, Di, when you come down here, that's me. You know, when I lived up there, I had no allergies whatsoever. And now look at me, dead. I die over everything. And the apple pecan. See, again, I eat pecans in a lot of ways. Now, the tannins in pecans always screw me up because they dry up your tongue and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That messes me up. But I will say overall, if I had to pick which I would eat more, it would be cashews. Brazil nuts are phenomenal. And if I had to say like what I'd love to get more in the candy variety would be Brazil nuts and macadamias. They're fantastic. But almonds, like I have started really liking marzipan. Like my grandmother got it for me once when I was little, and I don't know what it was. So she used to go and get like the really expensive from New York sweets, and she brought this marzipan fruit back once. That looks really bad, horror. I'm just letting you know.
Just shaking nail polish.
Just shaking her nail polish, guys. Just want to get it all whipped up, put it on smooth. Anyway,
I was trying to decide which color I want to use. I thought I wanted to use one of these, but I don't know.
What's the colors?
I've got that anniversary box she did.
That was a nice one. The black tie, right?
Yeah. And so I've got this one's Smoke Show.
I just want all the things that she has, all of them.
And then I was looking at this one, but I can't tell. I think it should be a solid color because I don't like to layer too much.
I have one favor to ask.
What?
When I come, can I play with the nail polish?
Yes, you can play with my nail polish.
Yay.
I have a whole box. You know my nail polish box.
Don't anyone tell her if a couple go missing. I love that she dedicated so much to these. Like, this is the kind of small business that I'll go for. Like, I like that kind of shit. I like supporting these kind of people. Again,
no, that first one's highest bidder. This one's Smoke Show.
Yeah. I only looked at everything they tested for me so far. I can't eat fresh walnuts, only cooked ones. Also, any fruits with seeds or pits in them. Wait, since when, Di?
Di, you and I sound like we may be cut from the same fabric.
I mean, I think I found your real mom. My gosh. And it's Diane, I didn't know that. I thought you could have strawberries. And I could have sworn I have eaten fruit around you and we have shared in the fruit.
Well, if it's raw, it's like I can't eat
a few
peaches or apples without
Oh my gosh, I like that. That's a subtle metallic.
That one's called Featured Guest. And then this one's, I think this one's just one of the overcoats.
I can eat, but strawberries have seeds.
All fruit has seeds.
Oh, I like the glitter on that one.
But I'm missing one of them. I think I'm missing the black.
I failed my lurk check. So, who wants to see cringe that I drew?
See you later, Avery.
No apples, peaches, nectarines. Oh my god.
Oof. I can eat apples and peaches and nectarines, but I can't eat Their skins. I have to have them cooked.
Silver, are you going? I didn't hear him say. I didn't see he was going to bed. But good
Yeah,
night.
he just said that, didn't he? Good night, Silver.
Show the
Oh
cringe.
no, Avery's going to bed.
Oh, good night, Avery.
Silver failed his lark check. Nice.
I'm trying to balance it. Anyone who knows me knows who this is. I've been drawing so much ghee lately, it's bad. I drew like, did I draw any? I think I have the other ones.
Why did this leak? Which color is it?
Also, guys, I'm not going to show you the address. Obviously, it's my address. But this is something very special.
Ooh.
Featured in one of the other videos that's going to be coming up. Cheating on our man, 110%. If Guy came to life, I'm sorry, Di, you'd lose a daughter-in-law.
Look at this.
What? Huh.
I don't know how that happened.
Noted. What did you do?
I don't know. It's so weird. Because then I can tell you I haven't used this one because this is frozen banana. Is that a 2D?
How dare you, Silver! First you come for my flowers earlier, and now you come for my fake man? Oh, God.
Oh, that's the smoothing base. I don't need that. Actually, maybe I do. Nah. We'll go with the regular base.
So, why aren't you people drinking whiskey? Because I feel like I need to be able to sleep through the night and not be in the bathroom every 5 minutes. Then
My whiskey's downstairs.
I'm pretty proud of this one.
That one's good looking.
My man's always hot. You can't say I'm not loyal. I've been loyal to this man since I was 11 years old. And whatchamacallit. So this was originally a drawing I did that I did not like, and it was just the outline of his face. And then I was just the other night, I was like, I need to draw more of him. Delulu. 100%. 100% Delulu. But it's my character, so, you know. That's a good job. Great. Well, thank you. This is my character, Guy. And I have most of my characters are very old. I've had these characters for a very long time.
You're giving up Twix for Lent.
That's not a bad thing to give up. I personally, you didn't marry him, but Mr. Starson. Then I actually finished this one the other day, guys.
Oh, that one looks cool.
I'm pretty proud of it considering I drew it in 2021. And I only just finished coloring it. You're giving up Twix, might as well transition.
You know what? Maybe since it's so close to Easter, I'll do some of the Easter colors instead.
For me,
I'll do red because it's Valentine's.
Yeah. For me,
do I have any good reds?
What I try to do, because I instead of giving up like superficial things, me personally, I do not fault anyone for being able to give up something because I do think it's very valuable to be able to. I personally instead try to donate more. So I try to give more money. I try to give more. I don't have any male OCs. You should. It's so good to have a male OC. Whatchamacallit? The app. Oh, Twitter. Oh. Dang. Yeah, that is going to be hard. Oh, that's a pretty pink. I like that. What's the candy bar you bite into and instantly remember being 8? Hold on. That's going to take me a second. Hold on.
Fifth Avenue.
See, for me, it wasn't candy. For me, it's like, so again, remember guys, growing up, I didn't have a lot of like prepackaged and processed stuff. That didn't happen until I got older. So for me, it's actually a Stella d'Oro. I bite into Stella d'Oro and I am 8 years old again.
I don't know what that is.
I'm going to show you. I shall show you. Hold on.
Do I have... This one. I love it.
Let me see.
One of her cat colors. Xyler.
Ooh, I do like that one. It's a cookie. Yeah, but Di, even then explaining it that like they don't. I realized that where we're from, Diane, it really is just like a different world. New England is different, girl. It's just different. So let me get to the images. So Celdoro is technically a brand, but the breakfast biscuits do not show where I live. This is them right here. The breakfast biscuits.
Yeah, I don't think we ever had any of those.
And it's
Maybe this one goes in there.
right here. It's this one. Now, I will say this also, the Lady Stella assortment. If you guys want to get a taste of what most Italians in Rhode Island will eat on a Sunday if they don't go to a bakery, it's these. But then there's also, if I bit into my mom's Italian almond cookies, for sure. And banana bread. So again, I don't relate any candy to my youth because, and I was saying earlier, like I would eat a lot of high end stuff. So I guess actually I have only one, and it's gonna be so fucking bougie. It's the Godiva. Like the Godiva, you got to go to the Godiva store to get it. The white chocolate with the raspberry strawberry jam inside. That takes me back to 8 years old because my mom didn't like it, but I did. And so every year, Grandma would buy her. She'd go to the Godiva store and buy the big, expensive. Looks like a basic. It's not. Kimster, I'm telling you right now, it's so. Yeah, you have to try it. Stella Doras are very unique as cookies go. It is not a shortbread cookie. It is very crumbly. I don't know how to describe it. It's Stella Dora. You can get them on Amazon. If you have an Italian store somewhere, a market or an international market, they should sell them there. I doubt Italy has those candies. I needed to go to America to try these. Italy wouldn't have the Godiva? I don't know. You can go on. There are websites you can go on. Hold on. I know a website I can show you guys. Hold on.
No one needs to watch my fat ass. Hold on.
There is a website that you can order a plethora of international candy, no matter where you're from. And I'm pretty sure these people ship worldwide. So if you guys want to try candy from around the world, I found them because, frankly, their videos are really fun to watch. But if you want to try something different, they did for a short amount of time, Diane. I had to go to the higher end markets, but no, I really can't find them here. There's there's no Italian sections here. And Diane's probably got her head spinning right now because, again, in New England, you can't go into a market without there being an entire Italian section. And we're not talking a shelf. We're talking there's an entire aisle that is just Italian things. We're talking straight from Italy. And so that's something. Horror is right when I see whatever. Whatchamacallit. Crumbly sounds just, it's not, Kimster, I can't describe it. But you need to get one. And they are fantastic dipped in coffee or in tea. Having it, but you gotta dip it quick because it will fall apart.
Bunch of my
hey, don't. Yeah, we're all talking about all different things. Whatchamacallit. And but yeah, you have to try it. And then the Godiva. I don't know if you can even get those Godiva anymore, but it was a big deal. Let me see. Godiva. White. Chocolate. Raspberry stars. Okay. I'm not seeing them. You can't can't even get them. Oh my god, I don't think they exist anymore. Okay, so they do, but you gotta like order them. Yeah, this is it for me. Okay, hold on. Let me share this. This is the candy of my youth. It has an almond. I would say that a little bit of an almond taste. This is the candy that reminds me I'm 8 years old. This is them. I did not realize they were stars. I did not remember that part. Of course they're fucking stars. Why not?
Makes sense.
It really does. I feel so dumb. I'm just like, oh, they had this. And then, of course, as soon as I click on it, it's a star. I mean, you know, part of the course. Bet my local Eataly will have it. You should, they're expensive. They're expensive on Amazon, which is why I don't often order them. The Lady Stella is even more expensive. The Lady Stella is like $45 because you can only buy it in bulk. They don't just sell it. You're not just getting one. You've got to get a pack of 8, which again is not that bad if you're willing to eat a lot of them. But the thing is, they do eventually go stale.
Yep.
So this was a subliminal. Let me tell you something. Silvar, I thought that I sat one day and picked my favorite shape out of nowhere. That's what I told myself. And then I started going backwards and looking at all the things I loved as a kid and all the things that I'm like, it is no fucking wonder I love them. You know what my 2 favorite girls were growing up? Rainbow Bright and Punky Brewster. I was doomed.
Yep. All right. So I'm thinking I want to do red and pink for, obvious reasons. Which red?
Show me the pink again.
Hold on. Though I should probably dig out one of the other pinks, but no, we'll go with this pink.
See, I'm thinking that, Vinny, but I gotta see the other pink first to be on the safe side. All right, now hold up the reds with it. Because I'm going Vinny's out. I think I'm going Vinny's alley. Yeah, Vinny's right. Go the darker. Go the darker red. Go the bigger things. They are both red, but one is more of a blood red, while the other one is more of a fire engine red. One has smaller, tighter flecks, while the other has larger flecks. So it does make a difference.
The downside is at some point, and I don't know when it happened, and I'm a little irritated by it, is
that other one you showed me.
It appears like my that's the peely base. Where's my top coat? Some of my collections got mixed up. And I don't know how or why. So now I'm gonna have to go through and make sure everything's in its right place. Well, not right now, but eventually, because it really, it's irritating when things aren't in their right place.
I agree.
Is this the top coat?
Look,
yes.
Another gi. I've drawn 3 or 4 pictures of gi in less than a week, which is a lot for me. I can help myself. You're an artist when you can tell the difference between colors and they're 2 different shades. Oh yeah, that was something where I get very proud of myself when it goes, show you're an artist, and it says these are both the same color. I'm like, no, they're not.
No, they're not.
Please tell.
Those aren't even 2 colors. That's 3 colors on there. Are you kidding me?
That's so there's a lot of times where I will see, you're very jealous. Thank you, Vinny. It's very, I don't care who the artist is, no matter how confident you think you are in your artwork, you always have this moment where you're like, am I as good as I think I am? Is my artwork as good as I want it to be? And, deep down inside, you always feel that, yes, it's good. But once in a while, that little evil voice in the back of your head says, it's shit. You're shit. It looks terrible.
You suck.
You suck. You shouldn't draw anymore. Da, 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 da. And I let that voice get me once. Not again. Oh, thank you, Vinny.
Vinny's a good guy.
I like Vinny. He knows the guy.
Yeah.
Listen, that's my people's name. I'm making sure to cover up because
you don't want us stalking you?
Well, yeah, it's kind of important. That is kind of important. Covering up all of the importante information. Who wants to see a little preview of something? Because I technically have my first sponsorship.
Yes.
Now, the sponsor is a friend, so it's much easier to sponsor.
Sponsor's a sponsor. It doesn't matter.
And I'm going to do a promo in one of my videos. But she's an exceedingly talented artist. She sent me a lot of little goodies, including this little magnet.
Oh,
That is not a photo. That is all color pencil.
wow.
And
That's
that is
well
not
done.
even a color pencil of a photo. She took several pictures and morphed them together.
Very nice.
If you want to see it in greater detail,
Comedians should remove the X from their keyboard. Why?
well, no, I won't stalk you, fun folks. I've got a wife and kids of my own, just here for fun and honesty. Well, I appreciate that.
I appreciate that,
What?
too.
I know this woman is a freaking genius. I hate her, but she drew this, and if you get really close, you can see that it is indeed colored pencil. You can tell by the
The
texture.
lines. Yeah.
She drew this.
So they won't doubt. Jesus Christ, Silver.
Wait,
I'm
that looks
sorry.
like the guy from the High School Music. No, this is actually Henry Cavill. And the picture she drew of him, he did not have the hat on. I saw all the pieces that she did together. She did all of this herself. And this is the horse that he took from the Witcher. The horse was to be retired, had no home. He adopted it.
Aw.
We stand. Why here? Because Edie, you're meant to be.
I'm just glad she didn't include the T-Rex arms.
Suck me left nut. Only the left one. Equestrian Capital, exactly. She worked very hard on this. And this is not the extent. I've got more stuff coming. It's just going to take a while to make. She did this.
Oh, cool.
Okay. And this.
Oh, wow. Wow. I'm not sure, but she kind of screwed up Kel's upper lip, but
Well, no, because he's going like this.
yeah, but it don't really has one. But other than that, yeah, it's good.
It's out of a selfie he did. She also gave me, and I'm contemplating doing a giveaway of these if I can still, because all the people that I did the giveaway for the freaking fat, they never responded. None of them came to the video and said anything. Now, out of all the things she sent me, is it any wonder this is my favorite?
Aw.
Look at how cute it is.
That is very cool.
I love it.
I'm dyslexic, Hunty. Give me a break.
Actually, that was Keenan. Actually. She does a lot of resin work. These are all items that she makes, right? So she made a bunch of Superman keychains.
Cute.
Then she did an entire collection related to Good Burger. So burgers and fries. This burger glows in the dark.
Oh, cute.
Very cute. Got an alien that glows in the dark.
Oh, I like that.
And then she did another collection. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure this glows in the dark. So she does this, and I'm hoping it'll show. on camera really well. So I'm gonna.
Oh, cute. They float.
She does little. How stinking cute is that? Snow globe.
Yeah.
Snow globe keychains. That was a keyring. That's what my husband said. It's not a keyring, but it does look the part. I'm pretty sure it's glow in the dark.
Looks like it is. It's got those aliens in it again.
Yeah, it looks a lot like glow in the dark. Never seen Good Burger. It's before your time, Hunty.
The original was good. I haven't seen the sequel.
It was filmed right across the street from where my grandmother lived.
Really?
She sent me. She sent them in the package in a certain way, so I'm trying not to damage them. But this is a resin cookie she made from scratch.
Oh, cute.
And then there's this. Now, the only thing I feel bad about, and I'm trying to get it to move, is the rose and card during shipping got jammed right here.
No, no.
So I'm trying to. It moves, but not the way I need it to.
The worst date I wasted my time on?
I can name that easily, but I want you to go first. You've had more dates than me.
I wouldn't guarantee that. I really can't think of one. I mean, I haven't had one that was so terrible that I felt it wasted my time. I guess there was.
I've only had 2 dates.
You've only had 2 dates.
One was this guy that I got set up with in high school, and we went. Mind you guys, I was fucking snatched back then. Like, especially knowing what I know now, this dude was fucking blind. I was not fat then, but that's besides the point. I was at work. I was working at a restaurant, and I was the hostess. And I made sure, because my friends were bringing him that day. I knew they were bringing him that day. So I made sure I looked really, really cute. He and I had been talking for weeks over the phone. I will say this, the dude looked like he had Down syndrome, but he had a really good voice. I'm not joking. This dude was not good looking. Like, he had the full-on fishbowl eyes, everything.
Hey, thanks for the sub, serious.
But his personality, from what I gathered, was really good. We talked about a lot of stuff, and I'm so frustrated with this damn thing. And I picked a random date. Do you mean like
he said January 12th. I'm serious. That was his answer, was January 12th.
You're a pain in the ass. Anyways, so he met with us at the restaurant after I was done with my whatchamacallit, with my shift. And we had been talking on the phone for quite a bit. And when he met me that night, it was particularly cold and I had forgotten my sweatshirt. And he had lent me his Patriots sweatshirt out of the kindness. I was willing to not. They came, and they left because we were all teenagers. I was like 16, 17. I didn't hear from him after that. I brought the sweatshirt back to school the following week. And fun fact, that's Miss Rhode Island. I brought it to my friends, asked why I hadn't heard from him, and they didn't want to tell me. But I said, I just want you to be honest. He said to burn the coat because he didn't want to wear anything that fat, ugly cow had been in. So if you guys wonder why I had low self-esteem for a while, that was kind of why. It's also one of the reasons why I just decided I was not going to date. I just Because again, he and I had clicked. Like, we had clicked. We talked on the phone, like, for, like, a whole week. We talked every day. We talked for hours. And you guys have seen the photos of me when I was at that age. I was not bad looking. And yeah, so that's the kind of treatment I've usually gotten from people, which is one of the reasons why the Bopo was able to snatch me. Because when you get told shit like that, I just want to talk to him. Hunty, mommy gets asked out a lot now, don't worry. Can I curse in chat? We don't mind. I mean, we curse plenty enough. I don't have it restricted, so.
Yeah, say whatever.
Is you good? Is you good? And whatchamacallit? Yeah, that is something I'm fairly used to being treated like. You're not bad looking. I was better looking when I was skinny, I can't lie. Like, do I have the photo on hand? Hold on. Aspetta, let me go check. Gotta go to my Facebook.
Yeah, YouTube will block some things, but most of it you should be okay.
I'll snatch this one. Save image as. Save. There's this one, which I was not that much older in.
Hey, Dave, we're doing good tonight. How are you doing?
Have the dolphins gotten you yet?
Kumquat? What's that have to do with anything?
Kumquats are very sour. Extremely sour. I would even say uncomfortably sour.
I'm gonna have to try one. I like sour.
If you like sour, they're for you.
I will say I didn't date at all in high school.
I didn't either. I except for my online boyfriend, which
I had one friend whose brother really liked me, and we talked on the phone for like a week. And then after that week, he said, "I love you," and I never talked to him again because it freaked me out.
Third date in, Starman told me he was madly in love with me. Those exactly said, "I'm so madly in love with you," and I was like, "Oh!" And I was like, "I need to run. Red flag. This is scary." And clearly, I didn't listen to my own instincts.
No, I listened to myself. I never talked to the guy ever again. That was just a little much for me at 16.
Can't lie, I agree. But
and
again,
course, you got to remember that back when I was 16, you actually had to call people on the phone. There was no texting. There was no IMing.
There was no social media.
You couldn't even see who was calling you. Oh no, wait. We might have had one of those caller ID boxes back then, maybe.
It's taking me. I'm trying to find it because I know it's within my photos, but I don't remember how far back it's in my photos.
But yeah, that freaked me out. Thanks, Vinny.
Don't blame you in the least. That's mildly scary. A lot of scary. I've been there, but I guess I was in love with the guy.
I have a tendency to run from people who tell me they love me.
I can appreciate that.
Except for him. He's stuck with me now.
That's a lie. I tell you I love you. You still keep coming back every Monday.
Yeah, but I'm too fat to run now.
Too old. Our knees aren't what they used to be.
Yeah, definitely not.
And my chair doesn't even have wheels now, so it's really impossible.
And she's in heels.
That's true. I gotta unzip the heels first. God, that's a lot of work. Trying to find it. So I'm going.
Not wrong. He can run faster than me.
Here it is. Here's the photo. Okay, hold on. Let me save this. Save image. So this is how I looked around the time he said this to me. Let me send this onto Discord. Okay. And get that on there. So well, now I gotta get back over here. Leave this. Now I'm too old. We're all too old, babe. We are
Definitely
all.
not getting any younger.
So that's how I looked when he was saying that to me.
I need to find my old pictures.
That's me, my brother, and my adoptive cousin, Marcella. With the Monsignor, the was he the Monsignor or the Cardinal? I'm trying to remember because it was
Aren't cardinals usually in red?
Well, this was during his confirmation.
Mountain times is 2 hours before before Eastern. So if it's 9 o'clock Eastern, it's 7 o'clock Mountain.
Yeah. It's still yesterday for her.
Yep.
Not me thinking you were talking about the child in the photo.
Vinny says Monsignor is cardinal.
Okay, so I was right. You gotta realize something. I grew up Catholic, but my grandmother was friends with literally every major religious person in town because, well, that's a story for another day. But whatchamacallit? I don't know how Catholic bishops tend. I don't think he was the bishop. This is years ago. I was 15 in this photo.
And Vinny says you're still her.
I am still her, but my teeth were less spaced then.
Unlucky. Wait, so was he like blind?
I listen. Here's what I'll tell you. This is what I looked after I met Starman. I thought I looked pretty hot in that photo.
Photo.
This was at Club Hell. I found a very dark place, and I worship this shirt because I bought it at PacSun. I bought it at PacSun, and I was shocked I could find something that fit me. And then these earrings and necklace my mother bought me. And oh yeah, because you see star motif, it hasn't left.
And he says maybe he did have Down syndrome. I'll be honest, most Down syndrome people are really sweet.
This guy, let me tell you something. I'm just being me ignoring. No, honestly, like, it just means I only need to wait an hour. Oh, okay. Happy Mardi Gras. Yeah, that's right. Oh my God, it's already Fat Tuesday. It's already Fat Tuesday.
That means absolutely nothing to me.
It's Mardi Gras.
Okay. I don't live in New Orleans.
That's not the point. Fat Tuesday comes before Ash Wednesday, which means the start of Lent.
Oh, I'm not Catholic, so it doesn't affect me.
It's more like it's already the time. MySpace angle, 110%, because that was my MySpace photograph for a while. It was 100%. Whatchamacallit. But yeah, that was the only other date I had. I didn't go on any other dates because no one ever asked me out. And I was not willing to ask anyone out. Jordan?
I mean, I went on a couple dates, but none of the dates other than, okay. So the one date that I can say I really regret was dating my ex-husband. But that's a whole 10 years of my life I really regret.
Right. See, now, then we fast forward to 18-year-old Star-san, about 2 or 3 years later. And when I, when my online boyfriend and I broke up, because he was convinced I was, what's going on? Are you talking about dates? Well, now we are, because someone asked us what date do we regret? And I've only had 2. So I don't count all of them with my husband, because we had a lot since then. But so Starman
Night,
and
Rachel.
We went to my high school's, they had this battle of the bands kind of situation. And don't feel bad, Moon. The only reason I did it is because people set me up. It's the only reason I managed to get dates. And so when we went to the how is the weight loss going? It's going odd. I'll get there on that one, Kimster, because it's I am getting smaller, but the scale isn't moving. My pants sizes are going down. I am getting smaller in everything I'm doing, but the scale isn't changing all that much. So either I am a monster at gaining muscle or something's up. But I'll figure that out. Wish I had set up Dan. Let me tell you something. We met. I don't like being touched. That has been a me thing for a very long time. Within an hour of whatchamacallit. Within an hour. No, I can tell you right now there's somebody who's on a kick. I can tell you because I've shown it on camera, my pants getting smaller. So people have seen it.
Oh, that one's just trying to troll. Ignore him.
True, but I had to say it.
Yeah.
But anyways, so
Hey, Brandon.
with hi Brandon. What's she called? Did Rachel say she's going to bed?
Yes.
And I didn't even see it. Good night, Rachel. Anyways, so within an hour of us being on the date at the school band thing, we were holding hands. Then they were arms around shoulders. And then it started downpouring outside. So we had to go into the auditorium.
Hey,
and by
Melee.
the end of it, we were cuddling all night.
Okay. Hi.
And
Sorry.
so I was like, okay. And whatchamacallit. So that was Starman's and my first date. And it ended with my first kiss. And literally after we kissed, he looked at me, he said, so what do you want to do from here? And I was like, well, I'd like to pursue this further. He's like, so are we official? And I said, well, I'd like if you asked. And that's when he asked me to be his girlfriend, and bada boom. Holding hands before marriage? Disgusting. Right?
So awful.
I'm such a whore. And so that is how the only other date I ever went on went. It went pretty well. I mean, I married the guy, so.
Must have been okay.
It went all right. Wholesome, I think. And so, that's the lore of Starman and Starson. So that's how that go. But whatchamacallit. Crap, I lost my train of thought. There was an animal topic I wanted to bring up. Did we say something last week and we were like, oh, we're gonna bring it up next week, and then completely forgot?
If we did, we should have wrote it down.
That's a logical thing that you said, and I don't appreciate that tone in your voice.
Most people don't.
I don't appreciate the way you said that, young lady.
How dare you come here and use logic on me?
I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. Hold on, I'm looking through our messages to see if I sent something. Because I don't know if I did. No, I only sent the dog group. What a dumbass.
Damn it.
Dang it. I met my wife after my previous wife do you know that's how my dad met my mom? No joke. That's how my dad met my mom. He was about to go to Saudi Arabia. Like, live there. He'd just gotten out of a nasty marriage with his ex-wife. And, oh my God, Vinny, I am so sorry.
Oh, wow.
That didn't happen. No, instead, my dad's ex-wife, as a matter of fact, how my dad was able to annul the marriage, she went and behind his back got herself snipped completely.
Wow.
And the thing is, in the Catholic Church, especially back in the 70s, that was a big no-no. And then she tried to make him pay for it. Problem is, so she was married to him. So he worked for a big government company, right? Wonder how dumb this bitch is. The approval for that had to go through HR. My dad was in charge of HR.
Oops.
But anyways, Vinny, I am so sorry. As someone who's miscarried
That's
3
awful.
times, I I can't imagine how you feel because well, actually I can because my children were taken away from me against my will, and it was a similar situation for you. So, you know what? All I can say is that I lift your children up in prayer, and I hope that she atones or pays for what she did because that's just not right.
Well, she'll pay for it eventually.
Oh yes. I want to. And then Silvar comes in with it. I responded out of order because I was typing a joke. Hey, we're in it together. Exactly. At this point, Vinny, I'm kind of at the point my husband and I, another reason why we bought this house is the hope is this is part of a plan. If we're going to call some contractors and stuff and see what we can do. If we can, I would love to update the house within the next 2 years to add on a few bedrooms and adopt. However, I do not believe that is going to be feasible. So the only other feasible options are this. We have to figure out where I'm going to put my office. We have to rearrange the house for that. I would possibly have to go back out into the kitchen, which is but I have a son I've adopted and a daughter I've fathered. That is beautiful. I'm very happy for you, Vinny. And they were people to me. They were people to me.
No matter what she thought about them, they were people.
Exactly. Because I'll tell you what, Vinny, my children were not more than 6 weeks along when I lost all 3 of them. We don't know if there was more than that because my family has the possibility for multiples. But whatchamacallit, all 3 times that I miscarried, I felt it and it hit a lot, so I understand, honey. But like you said, we in it together. But my plan is that potentially I'm going to see if I can rearrange the house. Because a lot of what the benefit of this room is, this is where the cat stuff is. And it keeps it away from the dogs.
Yeah.
However, I may have to just shrink the living room and get some furniture and then put the cat boxes in my own bedroom and then figure out where I can put my office stuff, or potentially even get a small shed and make my office outside. We're still not sure. My bedroom would be the best option for it. It really would. But I would have to super rearrange it to make it possible. But I'm rambling at that. The idea is that on the cat stuff to you mentioned dogs. Yeah, that's the I have the 2 dogs, and so that does put a wrench in a lot of things because technically where the dog's crate is where I could have put my office. Could have worked. But for numerous reasons it won't work even if I move the dog's crates because that is the back door to the dog yard, and the thing is that's how I put the dogs outside. So I would be blocking that door all the time. The option is that I can, because our living room is nicely sized. The option is that we would push everything forward and have a good 2.5 foot length of the wall, and that's where I put all the litter boxes now. So my living room might stink, but I'd have kids. So that's the other option until I can upgrade this place to have enough room for it. I have the plans. I have the room. I ain't got the money. So if somebody wants to give me and Starman roughly $400,000, I won't fight you. I'd buy the house straight out. And I promise you, I will not argue. I will let you do it. And then what I would do is I would dig a basement. 100% I'd dig a basement here.
Can you do that there?
You can. So I found this out. So basements don't exist in the South. They just don't.
Not normally, yeah.
And if you get a house, which was my original aim, I found 3 houses at the time that I really wanted that had basements. And the reason why I wanted the basement was because that's where
Cat.
I would put the cat stuff. Because that's where I had my cat stuff back in Rhode Island. All the cat stuff went in the basement. It was great. So what I would plan on doing is installing whatchamacallit, a nice, like, easy to walk down staircase. And I would just use that. Because the biggest problem I have with staircases is most of them are very steep. And that's what makes it difficult for me to climb up and down. When they're not steep, I can take my time and go up and down and up and down.
Yeah, you won't be coming up the stairs here.
No.
These stairs are steep even for tall people.
You know how I could tell? So right there behind you, there's a pile of black bags on a grate. And I see the depth of the slant. And I was like, that's not a room I'm going into. She gonna have to bring those nail polishes down to me. And yes, attics as well. So what I want to do is I want to install. So the house is 1,600 square feet. So what I want to do, or is it 1,200? No, it's 1,600. I can't remember. Either way, whatever the square footage is of the house, I wanted to originally install another floor. I wanted to close in the carport, and I wanted to build out into the dog yard a laundry/mudroom, which is large enough for the dogs to come in and out of. It would attach, and I'd put the pantry out in the garage. I would open up the wall. This room would no longer be a bedroom. It would be the dining room / into the mudroom. Would open into the kitchen, right? So then I would have a larger area to eat in. I would put the staircase over here going up to the second level. The second level would have 2 more bathrooms and a laundry chute leading to the mudroom where all the laundry shit is. Over the garage, there would be a storage room and or a litter box room. So I had a whole plan like this. It could work very well. And then the basement, where I would finish the basement. It would be a rec room, installed on the 4-star man Elon Musk. That's not that expensive. It is in other places, but you got to realize where I live, it's very cheap. What I'm talking about is 100,000. Like, it's within someone's ability. You know,
it can happen. It's still not exactly the cheapest thing, but
like, for instance, when this house was bought, guys, and I know most of you are going to balk at it. This was only in 2014. This house was bought for $60,000.
I believe it.
And you believe it because you already know the history of this area and you know where I live.
I'm also
right.
I also know a lot about older houses.
And well, this is only from the 60s, so it's not even that old. And second floor requires a stronger foundation. So because of where I am, the ground is very soft because clay in North Carolina is not very strong. So the foundation itself, it already has to be strong because I live out where the banjos play on top of it. But that's why installing the basement would work better because it would have to require a stronger foundation. What's the matter?
I was asking Sheep for a tissue.
Oh. And so then on top of that, whatchamacallit, when I bought the house, which was only last month, I only bought it for $122,000. Which, that's why I laugh when they're like, average house is $450,000. No, it's not.
Depends on where you're living. Yeah.
If you're in Houston, Dallas, New York, LA, yes. Boston.
Some places out here.
You go into the high-end cities, of course your house is going to cost $450,000. Don't move to those cities.
Should I do another coat?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a thin nail polish.
So you're doing one hand pink and one hand red?
I was gonna do one hand pink or one hand red and do like pink hearts on it, and then do the other hand pink and do red hearts.
Okay, I like that. Location. Exactly, Silvar. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm here. Because if you go on my stories, Yeah, but where you are, Edie, is like liberal land. Everything is a high tax there on top of it. Whatchamacalls it? Like today, so Dunkin' Donuts got me. If I can buy them, I'm going to. Dunkin' Donuts made a really good fucking Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, I heard about it.
I fucking loved it. So last year, the whole joke was Ben Affleck and J Lo, and Ben Affleck was working at Dunkin', and J Lo pulled in. Well, this year, it wasn't just Ben Affleck. You got Tom Brady and Matt Damon in the commercial as well, and they're all wearing matching tracksuits that look straight out of the '90s, and they're calling themselves the Dung Kings. And it was the perfect amount of cringe for New England. And the thing is, if you even listen to my stories, you can hear it. My accent came out so hard because out of nowhere, it's happening right now. I started like after I watched those and I commented on a couple of them. All of a sudden, the algorithm was like, "Oh, you like Rhode Island? Oh, you like Boston? Boom, 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 boom!" All of a sudden, my algorithm on Instagram was filled with Rhode Island shit, and I got a little misty-eyed. And then I started seeing all these different videos, so I got really homesick. I love Rhode Island, point blank. If I never had to leave, I would not be here. But as you can see by the amount of animals that got dropped at my doorway, I was meant to be here, first of all. Second of all, and oh, you going to bed? Good night,
Night, Vinny.
Night, Vinny. At least not a Cranston one. Yo. Silvar, how you even know what that means? My mother was from Cranston. We made fun of her for it all the time. Gonna go park your car down there in Cranston. We didn't hold it too much against her. Whatchamacalls it though? I loved Rhode Island. I loved everything about Rhode Island. I loved the atmosphere. I loved the ocean. I loved the food. I loved the culture. I loved it all. I had to leave because I wasn't succeeding. My husband and I kept trying everything. We were working full-time. I told the story a billion times. But, we came here because we had to. Oh,
I love my state.
It's very rural.
It's very rural. It's very laid back. It's very relaxed. Cost of living, I mean, obviously right now everybody's cost of living is going up a little, but it's pretty good. You don't have a lot of people around you. I was talking to somebody earlier. We have more cows than people and more guns than cows. So it's that kind of place. It's just relaxed. And, we're in a position right now in this state where if you are looking to move somewhere and you need a job, you can find a job. You just got to be willing to work. That's the hard part, is finding people willing to work right now. And it is absolutely, during the whole illness thing, it really wasn't, things didn't change a whole lot here except for the things we had no control over, like the masks and hospitals and shit. And you had one or two, yes, we're still live robust. And we had one or two businesses who got kind of uptight. But, other than that, the police straight up refused to enforce people staying in their houses. They weren't going to try to ship you back home or lock you up or anything. There's a reason I like living here. And I don't really want to live anywhere else.
I will say this. North Carolina is not a bad place to live. It's an affordable place to live, and there's a lot of stuff to do here. There's a lot of opportunity here. And I believe it is a good mix of stuff. I love my home, and I miss my home a lot. But then I'll see Ian Brownhill, and he'll post something about what's going on in Rhode Island with the bridges or the roads or the politics, and I'm like, you know, there go the tears. I'm over it now. I'm good. I got past. The only thing I truly need to do when I'm so mad, when I went for Gothix's wedding, kept saying to Starman, the one thing I want to do, the one thing I have to do, I want to go swim. The one day that I could have gone into the ocean.
Yeah.
Was the one day it was 68 degrees with cold rain and wind. The rest of the week was 95 degrees.
Oh my God.
But I couldn't go because I was too busy seeing people. So I got to stand there at the ocean, close my eyes, and pretend I was in it.
So you can't go to the ocean in North Carolina? I always remember the waters being warm there.
I hate warm waters.
Oh.
That's the first thing. The ocean here sucks. More things can kill you in the ocean here, and it doesn't refresh you. Not only that, but it's 5 hours away.
I got a lake for you.
Does it get that anemone in it? Because that's the other reason why I don't go swimming here.
No.
No, I mean,
no, it's a little too cold for that.
Yeah, see, there's a brain eating. Here's the best part. I don't go swimming in any body of water in North Carolina because there's this fun little brain eating amoeba that can develop in any body of water here except for the ocean. It kills.
Yeah, we don't have that kind of problem here, really.
It's great. The ocean kills you everywhere. It's not the same thing, Robust. You know what I'm talking about. There's more dangerous critters in the waters here. The waters in New England are a little too cold for that shit. I can
Yet it still happens.
Not to me. I know where to go. I know where to park my fat ass. I'm gonna sit. I'll enjoy it. Yeah, they are real. Again, I'm a mild hypochondriac when it comes to that. It's one of the few things I am. It terrifies me enough that I won't get in the water. Even though I know it only happens on really still sitting lakes in direct hot sun, still ain't gonna risk it.
Yeah, we have
I don't blame you, Moon.
glacier fed lakes here.
See now, Moon, we can go to that one. Want to go swim in a glacier? I'm cool with that. I float anyway. I can swim, but I'm also very lucky to be like 80% buoyant all on my own.
Even when I was skinny, I would float.
My butt is always the first thing to rise. Always. Fun fact, as long as your nose is clogged, the brain-eating amoeba cannot get into you because this is the only way it can get in. So technically, I'd be fine. But I cannot go around sounding like this when I'm swimming, and it also gets me really annoyed. So, there's that. But, was it even hot? You're talking about snow. Is it even hot enough for me to swim in a damn lake in September?
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be it might be as cool as 70 degrees. But, it'll probably be somewhere between 70 and 80.
I'm going to have to request something from you then.
What?
I'm going to need you to buy some powders for when I get there.
We have powders.
Okay, good. Because they're a pain in the ass to bring through TSA.
We will hit Walmart. We will buy whatever powders you want. We already have some lady monkey butt here if you want to try that. That one actually has chamomile in it.
Yes. But I warn you, dolphins like me.
Can I tell you? Actually, you probably could.
That was a decent Jack in the Box voice. I actually can when I'm more cognizant because I'm starting to get a little tired. When I'm more awake and when I have more control over my voice, I haven't been talking all day because I've been on the phone with clients and stuff. By the way, hi, Savage.
Hi, Savage. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in.
Oh, his name just reminded me of something. Hold on. But I'll say in a second. Like, I actually can do some pretty good voices. Okay, so I'm gonna talk some football for a minute. Okay. Regardless of what you think about the Patriots, Roger Goodell is a piece of shit. If you don't know who Roger Goodell is, he is the head of the NFL, and he has had a boner against the Patriots for as long as he's been in charge. He hates them, and he has targeted them and has even done some rules to try and screw over the Patriots. That's partly why we've had so many issues over the last few years. They are doing a documentary on the Patriots. They have fucking Goodell in it.
I don't think you could really do a documentary involving the NFL and not put him in it, unfortunately.
Fuck that asshole. And on top of it, when you see him in the video, he looks pissed to even be there. He looks mad to even be involved. We don't want you there anyway, sir. We don't want you there either. And if you go to the comments where they announced it on Instagram, it's literally with, is that Goodell? Why is he there? Get him out of the lake. And I was one of them. I was like, I felt insulted. I wanted to bully him. I was not okay. And my mom, God rest her soul, fucking Goodell. Like, my mother was, when I tell you, she was one of the most prim, proper women. Not when it came to football. Oh no. I found a video. I'm gonna see if I can post it at some point of one of the Super Bowls. She got to witness the Patriots win.
Mm-hmm.
She's screaming and yelling. Oh, she loved her Patriots. She loved her Patriots. We were, my dad worked for them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually, I don't think you're going to be happy. I'm going to bring this up. Leads me into one last bit of conversation I think would be fun to talk about.
Oh, God. Why am I scared?
I don't know. Just shake it off.
You can have that conversation. I'll just sit here.
My dad worked for Gillette Stadium, for those that don't know. When my dad worked for Gillette Stadium, the thing is, most other NFL teams, when you work for the stadium and you guard the field, you don't work for the team, you work for the NFL. So you only work on the games. And if you watch a lot of early Patriots games there's something in this fucking shirt. It's annoying the hell out of me.
Don't you hate that?
Oh, have you seen me scratching all night long? I don't know what it is. It's annoying me. Anyways, so if you watch a lot of the Patriots games from the early 2000s, 2001 into 2011, 2012, you can see my dad. I'm ignoring him. I'm ignoring him because you see, just because the altitude affected the balls doesn't mean we lost ours. Anyways, so if you watch them every once in a while when you're at Gillette, you'll see a man with gray hair and diamond-shaped legs. If you watch any of the old ones, who's watching the crowd, not the players. If you see him, that's my dad.
Aw.
And the thing is, unlike other teams, if you worked for Gillette, you worked for the Crafts. So that meant you didn't just work football, you worked everything. You had to work the soccer games, you had to work the youth league, you had to work the women's league, you had to work the concerts. That's where I get to Miss Taylor Swift. Because my dad is a very opinionated person. I know. With a daughter like me, I can't imagine why anyone would be an opinionated parent. He's so quiet and demure. And he doesn't care usually about facts. in some situations. Once my father has decided something, that's it. Very
Hey, Zoro.
old eye tie kind of situation. So he comes home from the Taylor Swift concert, and my dad had nothing but good things to say. He said, number one, she's one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen in person. He said, whatever you see, he said, she's so much prettier. And the thing is, she hasn't changed much since then. He said she's a gorgeous girl. She whatchamacalls it. He said she's got legs for days, good figure, can sing like hell, very angry. He said, I didn't realize one little girl that has that glittery thing. He said, but listening to her, he's like, she's very angry. You can hear that because he was hearing about all her songs and stuff. And then he said, but you know what? And my father has seen a lot of people in concert. Okay. My dad's seen Aerosmith. He's seen Frank Sinatra. He has seen Journey. He's seen a lot of the greats. The only ones he missed was Elvis and the Beatles, which sucks because he didn't get to go to the Beatles and then one of them died, so he never got to go. But he said Taylor literally put on the best show he'd ever seen. He said, I've never seen better sets. He said she drove security nuts because she walked into the crowd. Oh, he said he'd never seen more insane fans. He said he could not believe. He said these girls were passing out. They were screaming. They were crying. They were clawing. We had to hold them back. He said, I'd never seen people more nuts than and again, my dad lived through Beatlemania. But he said that to this day, and I from what I saw, he said like she had this baby grand piano up a set of dueling swirling staircases. She had at one point when she played Teardrops on her guitar, literally he said you couldn't even see where the rain came from. She had a spotlight on her and only on her was there rain. It was like, he said it was just the way they did it was really, really great, and he very much enjoyed it. Fast forward to now with the Taylor Swift hate. I am in the camp of who gives a fuck. Because my thing is, football is to make money. Okay? If there's ever a famous girlfriend, Gisele Bündchen, when Tom was at his height near the end of the Patriots' career, they would zero in on Gisele whenever she was on. They did it all the time. Gisele made more money than Tom. So when you've got this whole thing with Travis Kelce or whatever, she's the biggest pop star in the world right now. She has some of the most influence over the world. Of fucking course they're going to zoom in on her. But Michelle did a video and they literally counted it. She was 14 seconds on screen. Over 3 hours. 14.
Hey, Mary, thanks so much for the raid. I appreciate that. You guys are probably in for a little surprise.
I don't know if they're going to be expecting us.
Probably not.
And so it's like, I get it. You don't have to like the bitch. You don't. But who cares what field? There's no different than Marilyn Monroe getting in an actor and a president. Right. And thank you, Mary. It's the end of the day. Who gives a fuck? Oh, well, she's ruined it. No, come on, guys. Even, number one, if you're going to talk about fucking rigged games, let's go over the Broncos and their win of the Super Bowl, huh?
They're all rigged now.
Huh?
They're all rigged now.
They're all rigged. They're like, again, they literally had proof, fucking proof, that, what's his name? Goofy ass. Oh, he was the quarter. I can see him. Cut that meat. I can see him.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
He's a quarterback. I'm seeing Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning had people go to his house. And then not too long after, suddenly he's doing better. They're saying that they caught with drugs and everything else. Please. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I don't think I get bent over worse than that. Right. Yeah, I mean, except the Lions. Like, yo. I felt bad for Lions fans this year. They were so close. They almost had it. Gotta be quicker than that. Patriots must be sick of sense of humor. Have a sick for what they are Patriots for. The bottom list. We used to be literally the bottom rung. Like for years, the Patriots were nothing. Like that's what you guys gotta realize. To be a Patriots fan was to be mocked even in New England. Because when I was growing up, nobody in New England was Patriots fans. They were Bills fans, they were Jets fans, they were Miami fans. Nobody liked the Patriots. My dad and mom were one of the few. My dad used to be able to be a season ticket holder back when the season tickets were $500. And there were so few season ticket holders. They took him out into Foxborough and let him pick. They said, go ahead. Where do you want? That's how bad it was. This was back in the 80s. And so, it's a matter of we've been lifelong fans. So I've been waiting for the day. I always told people I enjoy the dynasty. It's going to suck when it ends. What do you mean with? I'm confused. It was the Cowboys, the Broncos, the Cowboys, and everyone. Yeah, but most of the country was that, right? I kind of like You Belong With Me, but I was done after If I Was a Man. That is honestly, I feel that's how she fucked over her career. I don't know what she did to bring it back. But if you go back, and I said it in my video about Taylor Swift, and oh, how cute. I like that. So I made a video about Taylor Swift when she made her newest album, and she dared to say she was fat or that she was upset about the idea of being fat. Everyone went mad. Well, if you guys remember, okay, when she released If I Was a Man, right after that, and that also was that she made another video about gay people. She tanked for a while. You didn't hear about Taylor Swift. Nobody gave a shit about her. And if you look back on the videos from that time, most of her videos, there was quite a few who didn't even reach 1 million views. And the thing is, if you go over all of Taylor's videos, all of her songs, except for that 2-year period, usually make not millions, but billions of views. We're talking 3, 4, 5 billion views. You Need to Calm Down. Yes, that's it. That was the one. And she was making 300 million views, 400 million views. For her to go down to, in some cases, 80,000 views, 200,000 views, I think 870,000 views. This was a while ago, but this was how it was for her at that moment. She dropped off the map when she decided to go woke. And why did she do it? She was forced to. You can't change my mind. Because she was apolitical, which is how she got as famous as she did. She was brought in by Toby Keith. She came in through the country scene. And how she rose the ranks is she never talked politics, ever. She was a neutral ground everyone could go to and just, hi, Toasty, and just enjoy music. And what happened was that people started getting mad at her because they said apparently in private, she would talk about some political views, but her fans would say, why aren't you talking about this? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you bringing up this? You've got a platform. Talk about this. Talk about this. And Taylor wouldn't. And I don't know what changed. Somebody...
Soros bought her music collection.
That's probably exciting. I didn't know how she got it back.
She doesn't.
As far as I know, she got it back from him. Because she don't like Soros. And Soros is liberal.
And she's extolling what?
But I'll tell you this. They started to pester her. Oh, majorly. And so then she came out with all this liberal stuff. She fell underground. And then she came back up. And when she came back up, she noticed while she does not put in any of her music, she made a smart move. She didn't politicize any new songs. So none of her songs are political. She herself is. So she went all in a little too hard, and it backfired on her, especially because Ellen was in the music video, and around that time was when Ellen like really fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Studio influence, now she is being used by the government, right? Oh, I definitely did that, but the only thing I'll say is she would have been big either way, because she was a monster of a force in the music industry before she went political. Like, Look What You Made Me Do literally shattered a lot of, like, I know you're gonna say it didn't affect you, but I'm thinking, like, when it comes to,
I didn't even know about it.
Look What You Made Me Do was a big one. It was a big video. I personally really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun music video. I enjoyed a lot of the theatrics. She's very good at doing that stuff. I think a lot of people overreact. My husband being one of them. He way overreacts about her. Oh, she's stupid. She sucks. She's got no talent. Nothing is good. I'm like, that's a lie. I mean, you don't have to like her. But people would say that about, because he loves Ozzy Osbourne. I'm like, people say that about Ozzy. Like, they're not telling the truth. Okay, but that's because you feel that way. Plenty of people feel that way. But she can't be that famous sucking completely. Dolphins are making their play. Time to make ours. Have Cannibal Corpse tour with Gojira. Let's see those whales get frantic. I don't know if I can say that on air. But I only said half the word. But, just overall, I personally think it's very silly for anyone to get mad about whether or not the Super Bowl is rigged at this point. It's when it comes to the Patriots, my dad was there watching the practices. My dad was there watching how much they got beat up. People sit there and say all the Patriots games were rigged. No. I will tell you right now, my father told me things he probably shouldn't have about government secrets. He would tell me straight up it was a Patriot secret. He's like, no, Bill Belichick beat the shit out of all of them. Like, he said, those guys never rested. He said none of them got special treatment. They all worked together. And that's what my dad really liked about the team. He said, but he did see a lot about the NFL industry that ruined it for him.
Mm.
Not necessarily the Patriots, but the rest of it. He saw a lot of things. People, because my dad got to talk to a lot, like he got to talk to Troy Aikman, he got to talk to Dan Marino, he got to talk to a lot of people because he was guarding the he's met half the Patriots team, but it's just overall, his nails are so cute.
Yeah, hopefully I got some top coat to put on them. Shit.
Why didn't you get more top coat?
I didn't think I needed more. I thought I had plenty.
If you've been doing your nails lately, you know you run out quicker than you think because you're.
I haven't. That's part of the problem.
And that's why a lot of people, if you notice, Dave, that's why the Patriots really weren't popular. Because the thing is, they didn't like the Patriots succeeded despite all that. Because go back and look at all the commercials. When the Patriots are the top of their game, this is what things don't notice. When the Patriots were the top of their game, they were never included in the commercials. Their players were never included in the promos. They were rarely mentioned. You go back and you look, and the only time they were mentioned was when they had to be mentioned, like they were playing that day. So that's why a lot of people didn't like the Patriots because, one, Kraft and Belichick and Tom were all friends with Trump. So by the time 2016 came around, because I think he was amping up for presidency, 2013 or 14 was when he really started talking about it. And he was already getting a reputation for being a little less left-wing than he should be. And so people were already not liking that. My dad actually was recalling the other day, one time when Trump landed in Gillette Stadium in his helicopter with Ivanka, because apparently Trump really, 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 really wanted Tom to marry Ivanka. And so he kept bringing her around in the hopes. Clearly that didn't happen. But whatchamacallit? I think because they were busy practicing rather than wasting time. That is also part of it. I will say that, Silvar. And that's one of the reasons why my dad loved the Patriots organization for quite some time, because Bill Belichick was very much in the habit of, you don't need to be showboating, you don't need to be on camera, none of that stuff. You need to be like, for instance, Kelsey attacking the coach the other night. I don't know if any of you saw that.
Him getting in the face like you did, yeah.
Let me tell you, I mean, I love the funny meme about it, but still. When I tell you, every New England fan has said the same thing. He not only would have been on the bench, he would have been off the team. Belichick would rather have lost the game than allowed that disrespect. And that's the memes from that one, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, you have what is quietly a Republican team, or at least they were, not so much now.
I mean, they realistically shouldn't have any political bend to them. Who fucking cares?
True, but you know, I still remember when Beyonce did that halftime show, and she started doing Black Power things, and that was the tilt. I remember because at the time there really was no politics. This was around the time Kaepernick did that shit. At that time, this was
about the time I stopped watching. Yeah.
At that point, people could still go to sports, and nobody cared about the politics, because the NFL was the last like sport everyone enjoyed. Nobody cared about basketball or baseball or hockey. They just don't. You people go to basketball games for that one shot of them on the side of the court. No one cares about basketball games. I'm sorry. I never hear anyone talk about them. It's always football. That is the great American sport.
But I think a lot of that depends on where you are too, though. So
maybe I know the people. Some people like it, but I hear more about football than anything. The only thing I hear about basketball is fucking what's his name? Oh, the asshole from Space Jam. I can't remember his name right now.
Michael Jordan.
No, not that asshole.
That's the only Space Jam I know.
No, the new one that came out a few years ago.
Oh, that bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Help
Honey.
us.
Which basketball player did that crappy Space Jam? LeBron James.
Thank you. There you go. That's the only time I hear about basketball. It's the only is what new bullshit LeBron James is spouting, and you know, as a result, and they really couldn't politicize a lot of that because there was too much shit going on. Like they weren't the kind of games where like you had halftime shows, right? That there wasn't a big enough audience.
Exactly, Silver.
There's only one Space Jam, right? There's the attempt, and then there's the real one. And you know, so when you go off about whatchamacallit, I remember when Colin Kaepernick dropped his knee and he had to bring politics into it.
Black Lives Matter.
And then on top, because it's still politics, sadly. Black Lives Matter, absolutely politics at this point. And it was pretty much then too, because they were espousing if you weren't Black Lives Matter, you were Republican, this, that, and the other. And then you had Beyonce come out, and her entire halftime show was a Black Power show. And I remember everybody was upset about it. We were all like, this is supposed to be where we all come to have fun. Why are you shoving it down our throat? And it's never been the same since. Ever since then, like that was when in my opinion, that's where the waterfall happened. That's where the tumble happened. That's when suddenly you couldn't escape politics. But I think our politicization of everything is a CIA op to stir up division over stupid. I don't entirely, you know what? That I don't feel it's tinfoil. Now listen, get away from the dolphins, sir.
You know, the ironic thing is that Taylor Swift was actually identified as used as a example in a CIA talk about potentially using a star as a a controlling factor for cultural blah blah blah.
Well, I mean, it's very obvious they do that. They did it with a lot of famous people, but it's like I feel like there was a time when it wasn't as prevalent purely because they didn't have the ability to. Like, if you go to Oldwood Hollywood and all that, yeah, there was a little bit of it going, but not like it is now. But now you look at it, and it's like it is not just an area. It is not just a small pot. It is. They're doing it globally.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying. It's upsetting. It definitely is. But that's why, like, do you know there are classes on Taylor Swift
Yep.
in colleges?
Yep. I'd heard about that before Michelle did the video. It's retarded as fuck.
It's so stupid. Like, I'm sorry. Look, I get it, and I do think she's a good songwriter, and I do think that she is talented. She ain't. You could have in a segment on songwriting, like if you have a songwriting class, there can be a small, like, week of education on her. An entire semester? Really? Okay. Sure. I definitely think that would be getting a little bit too into some parasocial shit where you're talking about like her childhood and just seems a little odd. A little weird to me, a little odd.
Definitely odd.
Not my cup of tea. Been doing this look in the 70s. Right, the 70s is where it really, like, I will say this I agree again. I think the 70s is where it started because if you notice, the 70s was where the culture actually had a really big lull for a while, except in music. So if you look at TV, movies, Hollywood in the 70s, a lot of it was shit. A lot of it was shit. That's when Disney had its big fall. That's when a lot of TV shows were not really that great. You had a couple little here and there. And the only thing that really was good was the music. Typically rock and roll, rhythm blues, all those different things. That's where it was getting good, and that was it.
Even the country was good back then, but that's a separate issue.
They actually do believe that some of them are picked for that. But she hasn't written as many breakup songs. Like, she didn't write any about Tom Hiddleston or a couple of the guys that she's been with. And supposedly, she has not fornicated. Supposedly, she's something along those lines where she's been very chaste, which is one of the reasons why apparently a lot of guys don't like to stay with her. That's supposedly one of the reasons why she goes through so many guys, is because she is a little high maintenance, and on top of that, she doesn't put out. So it's like, you've got this woman who's constantly under the limelight. She's constantly on the camera. She, on top of that, is kind of needy and a little bit high maintenance in the relationship. And then the guy doesn't get the punani. I'm not saying that's right, but it would make sense why maybe you might not want to stay in the relationship because you're constantly getting threatened with being the next Taylor Swift song. The joke gets old. I can admit that. So even I made the joke. I'm sorry, it was still funny. But I think I definitely think that there's some truth to utilizing her. But I don't know if it's a direct thing. I think it's more like, just like with how they made every instance where a cop murdered someone, quote unquote, unjustly, or how pit bulls are usually the forefront of these news articles about a dog that's done something wrong. I think what they do is they screen and they keep a close eye. And while she may not directly be involved, she's the perfect thing to use. Just like with the red pill right now, how it's the perfect thing to dissuade anyone from becoming, Republican, because even though they're idiots, well, they get brought up to the limelight because they keep getting spoken about. Once Hillary Clinton mentioned Taylor, I knew she was a CIA asset. Britney was once this famous. Britney Spears, I can tell you exactly who fucked her up. And I can tell you, because I remember when it was happening. Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, and Lindsay Lohan were 3 peas in a pod back in the day. And there was that other, what was the other one that used to go around with Paris Hilton back in the 90s and 2000s? Oh, I can see her face. Nicole Richie.
Oh yeah.
So you had all four of them going around. Now, Paris and Nicole are heiresses. They came from money. And they would party hard. But they bring around the normies with them because at the end of the day, just because Brittany and Lindsay were famous doesn't mean they weren't normies. They took these two girls that had big names. They drugged them up. They sexed them up. They chewed them up. And then these two rich heiresses went back to their lives. And if you notice, who's still successful? Who's having a normal life? Paris and Nikki, who until recently was an addict, crazy, sexed up, too much plastic surgery, destroyed her body. Lindsay Lohan. You go over all the things that happened to Britney Spears. Around the time she had the abortion. Around the time that when she was doing that, she was on a lot of heavy drinking and drugs. She was already prone to mental illness. It didn't take much. So both of these girls got screwed up by Paris Hilton, who then dipped for a few years. You know, she didn't hear about her a lot. She got her ass beat by Nick Carter. And the next thing you know, we don't hear about Paris Hilton for a hot minute. She comes back. She's bigger than ever. No problems. So it's like, I definitely think there's some truth to when it comes to Britney. I do also believe that allowed her to get into situations where that's why she's where she's at now.
Honestly, I do think the abortion had a lot to do with it too.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that tipped the scale. And I think the thing is she was around a crowd that wasn't protecting her. You know, when you go through something like that, if you don't have anyone protecting you or taking care of you or letting you outlet that stuff.
Someone who actually cares.
Right. Which nobody did. All they cared about was that she was the hot young thing, that she was sexy. And yeah, exactly. Nope. Right here. Paris' family knows how to pay off things. I would like you to listen to Wasp's Chainsaw Charlie, at least read the lyrics. Blackie Lawless described the music industry spot on. The music industry, I will tell you right now, and Carrie Smith made a video on it. I haven't gotten to watch it yet. Or said you should be grateful you're not famous. And the thing is, like, this is going to sound so terrible. The only reason I want to be famous is not so I can be famous. It's so I can have the money. That's it. I don't want to walk down the street, people know who I am. I don't want to have paparazzi. I don't want to live in big mansions. I don't want to go to the big parties. I want the big parties gift bags, though. And it's like that's the thing. Like, I only want select benefits, mainly the paycheck. And why do I want the paycheck? Go ahead, Hara. Why do I want the paycheck?
Take care of your animals. Take care of other animals. Take care of more animals.
That's it.
Honestly, I don't want to be famous. I don't want any of it. I do want the money. That's it. I don't want anything else. I don't want the people knowing who I am. I don't want the people listening to me. I don't want the people harassing me. I don't want the parties. I don't want the gift bags. I just want the money.
Which I know is ironic considering you and I are trying to get more followers on YouTube. But honestly, I will say this. There is something that a lot of TikTokers and YouTubers don't want to hear. We are only famous on here.
And I don't consider it famous myself. So
I do consider it, well, we are not for sure. But what I'm saying is, like,
I'm TikTok famous.
Like, there's these TikTokers that the only time they got real world famous is when they got caught with cops. Like, yeah, you're making money, and yeah, in those certain circles, but harassing you is so fun.
I have 1 million followers.
Yeah, congratulations. And, you know, it's like, I get it. You know, but the problem is that whenever any of the little kids are I like that color a lot on you. That really compliments your skin.
It's a good pink.
Internet famous is like lottery rich. Exactly.
I'd take lottery rich too.
I would love. See, the problem is I don't play the lottery.
Very rarely.
Lottery rich, but I don't play the lottery. You could be TikTok. You're actually right, and I know exactly how I could do it, but I ain't gonna fucking do it. However, I will say that I did almost get a little bit of an infamous name on TikTok. Then they deleted my TikTok. I scared so many of those Asians. That sounds so bad in a vacuum. In a non-context way. That's bad.
She scares the Asians.
Grift away, Star. Asian talk, fat talk, the body positivity. They were starting to lure me. I was blocked by most of them. That was the funniest part. Like, they would not, the Asian talk people 100% would come at me, and one or two of the BOPO. But most of those fat activist people, they don't know what to do when a fat ass is talking to them. So they, instead of engaging, they just block. Let me see. I'm copy pasting a part of a song. The new morgues are factory. Our grease, our lives, our machine is hungry. It needs your life. Don't mind the. Oh, I'm not saying that word. And the ruthless scum. Before we're done, sun will make you one. Oh yeah, they like. Oh my god, have you guys seen that? That TikTok plastic surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that a month ago, and I shared it wherever I was, and I was like, give them their money back now. I didn't think it was real. I said to my husband, like, it's probably not real. Because they didn't look real. How they make their eyes so big? Then I found out it's real. And I was like, so if you guys know what I'm talking about, there's this doctor, I want to say he is in China. He's either in China or Korea. He has been doing facelifts.
Sorry, I'm trying to do this left-handed, so go ahead.
I'm like I said, I'm getting tired, so like, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Surgeon Dr. Kim. Okay, here it is. Hold on. All right. So I am just going to share, because that's all I need. All I need to show you. That's real.
Holy shit!
That's real.
Why?
He did that to these people.
For what purpose?
Well, look at this, right? So watch this. That's the man before. That's him afterwards.
Oh dear God.
This is the woman before. Oh, it doesn't show the whole. Dang it. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's her afterwards. Look.
Oh my God.
This is what I saw, mind you. The man and the woman, these are the previews that I saw, and I was like, there is no way. There's no way. It couldn't be real. And this man is insane. Like, just insane. And that's why, and a lot of people don't like that I say it. A lot of people get a little butthurt over it. It's why I'm honestly 98 to 99% against plastic surgery. I'm at the point where I don't give a shit what you want. I don't think you should do it. Because I don't think it helps most people. It's very rare that it actually helps somebody.
And you see, I may not think you should do it, but I'm also not going to stop you because it's your body.
I can't stop them. I'm just saying I don't think like and I will never outlaw it ever.
See, that's my only time that I have an issue is if you think someone shouldn't do something and then you immediately want to use the government to stop them. That's the issue, is the government to stop them point. If you don't think someone should do something, that's totally fine. That's normal.
There is a point where I feel government should stop them, but again, that's a slippery slope that you and I don't agree on. Like, I think there's definitely plastic surgery to fix an injury is fine. To modify your look to be prettier is dumb. It's not even dumb. The problem is, Dave, this is what I tell people about with like losing weight, for instance. If you want to lose weight to be thin, that is great. If you don't identify what made you fat in the first place, which I know what made me fat. I've talked about it multiple times. It was my own ignorance. And then I just let myself believe that it was natural. I was like, you know what? I'm great this way. I'm healthy this way, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't understand what I was doing. But honestly, even a slightly bigger portion, and this is on my most recent video, Tess Holiday is doing an anti-inflammatory diet. Okay? It's great. You're doing an anti-inflammatory diet. If you're starting your day with a cup and a half of Greek yogurt, a quarter cup of granola, nuts, and different berries. Okay, quarter cup of granola and nuts, then another half cup of berries, 4 scrambled eggs, an entire hash browned potato, and an entire sliced tomato. And that's your breakfast.
I'm proud of myself when I eat 2 eggs and a salad.
This is my point. Tess is still overeating. That breakfast alone is 1,800 calories. That's more than my assigned calories in a day. Now, do I succeed in that every week? No. But the point is, when you are having that much and you're not expelling enough, which she doesn't, she and I live very similar sedentary lives, which is one of the reasons why I do less calories, but it still doesn't always work. And so it's like, so you're sitting there, you're piling on that much food. I have a Just Crack an Egg for my breakfast. I can't imagine shoving that much food every morning. It's so much. And again, we went over, I think, did you and I go over the salad? I used to go to Applebee's. And when I go to Applebee's, there was a salad I like to get, okay? It was the Asian salad, right? And in the Asian salad, it would have breaded chicken. It would have almonds. It had these little crunchy filaments. Had a bunch of stuff, right? It had some cheese, all the different things. And I was like, oh, it's a salad. That's great.
It's healthy. Yeah.
It's healthy. And when I would get it, I was like, well, this is still pretty good for me. And then in 2020, during the pandemic, I was ordering food and I was like, this is when I started watching Michelle's videos. And this was like, again, because I went over this in a video that I have to release soon. The first person who really alerted me to the BOPO was Steven Crowder, right? But at the time, I was still kind of in it, and I was like, oh, whatchamacallit. Yeah, he's right on some of it, but, he's a hater as well. He get a little mad. Oh, what would you hate me to, Steven? Like, you sit there, you say this shit to yourself. And then I started hearing Blair talk about it, and then I started listening to Michelle, and so on and so forth, right? So who never looked at calories, because I always thought as long as there wasn't a big amount, I was great. The volume's not that big, so it's not that big a deal. That salad is 1,800 calories.
Yeah.
What you squeaking over there? He's got a toy, doesn't he? Oh, it's you. Okay. And so it's like when you hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, when you sit down and look at how much food is like, or how much calories are actually in some food, it's surprising. Like, so I really like ricotta cheese.
Right.
Whole milk ricotta for a tablespoon, for a quarter of a cup is 90 calories. Now, for 2 tablespoons of mayo, it's 90 calories. Now, a quarter of a cup has 4 tablespoons in it. So a quarter of a cup of mayo is 180 calories. Well, what you're telling me there is when I'm making deviled eggs, I can put in ricotta and have deviled eggs with lower calories, but still the same taste and the same texture, as opposed to having all that fat with the mayonnaise. Mm-hmm. And I actually experimented with that the other day because, we love deviled eggs, but who really wants all that fat? And besides which, ricotta cheese is delicious. So
I even tried Greek yogurt. Well, I don't eat deviled eggs, but I like the replacement of Greek yogurt for a lot of stuff. And this is what I really push about.
I hate yogurt, so I can't do that.
But see, it doesn't taste. Once you put it in there, you don't taste it.
Yes, I do. I've tried.
I'm not going to argue because I can't lie. I've got a sensitive tongue too. But the point is, Give me the fat. But that's the problem, Avery.
You work out. You're hot. You're young. You can do it. We can't.
And it's, yeah, ever since I busted my knees, it's been a lot harder. Like, that was truly the turning point for me, unable to, like, exercise like I used to. If I could go back, I wouldn't have gone to Kayla's that day. I'll tell you right now. I still remember saturated fat has an unearned bad reputation, but that is a Saya.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That is entirely true.
No matter what, if you do too much, it's just
too much is still too much, but too much of anything is bad.
I've been ignoring him, but he did make one valid point. This is true.
It is very true.
And again, you think, well, it's not a lot. It's only one fillet and it's cut up in small pieces. And I've got all of this vegetables. Again, you trick yourself with this because you believe you're eating the healthier stuff. And this is what happens when you're ignorant. And I can say that with 100%, as the kids say, with my whole chest. I can say that. I was definitely ignorant. I assumed small meant okay. Well, let me tell you something, and I think we talked about it on here. There's that carrot cake that we sell at my restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
It is not, when I say it's about maybe that long, and at its widest is that wide, and it tapers off. 3 layers, 678 calories per slice.
Yep.
678. Now imagine you're eating a lot of other food. And I won't go into it because guys, I don't say all the actual specifics of what we cook. Carrot cake is, easy enough. You can find that anywhere. A lot of the food we have is not calorie smart. By any means. I don't think my boss knows how to be calorie smart. And mind you, they're all thinner than me. But they also all have more illnesses than me, though. So, hi, Liko.
Hey.
But imagine going through, you're already having probably a 1,300 to 1,500 calorie meal. You're having your cheat day. And then you decide on top of it. Now, mind you, this is just your dinner. So more than likely, you already had a regular breakfast and lunch earlier that day. So you go out, you have this meal, you might have an appetizer, okay? So you might have something fried for the appetizer. So there's a couple hundred calories right there. And you're having your main meal. That might be on the low end, 5 to 6, but more probably like 8 to 1,200 calories for the meal. Now you've already rounded up to almost 1,600 calories for the appetizer and the meal. That's not including whatever you drank. If you had a coffee, if you had a soda, if you had a lemonade, any of those things, that's jacking it up again, another 100 to 200 calories. So now you order a piece of cake. And on that piece of cake, you're thinking another couple hundred. You're not thinking almost 700 calories just for that piece of cake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hi, Sinbad. People were asking about you earlier. And so again, it's so easy when you think you're not going overboard or it's just my cheat day. But again, if you're like me, you're closing in on 40, you're arthritic, you're heavier, and your job requires more sitting than anything. You can't be having days like that. But a lot of the women on the BOPO movement, or that I speak against, or that live like this, will often weekly, 2-3 times a week, eat like that and think nothing of it. And they're the first to suffer afterwards. And that's the biggest problem we've got here. They're ignorant and they don't understand it. And they have convinced themselves that to do otherwise is starving. It's so dumb. Like she was saying, it's not starving yourself to take out some of that fat to make it a little healthier and taste just as good. That's why when I visit her, we're going to make the hummus brownies.
Avery, I believe he means my gilded, not Eric's gilded.
Oh, I'm getting all locked up. Yes, Penny? Did you just notice the TV, the screen is there? Oof. Not only that, but insulin spikes are hidden culprit. Exactly, because like for instance, if you're having too much bread and your bread contains a lot of sugar, there's an insulin spike. And what's hilarious is you get a lot of these stupid bitches on TikTok. Oh, everything spikes your sugar. Okay, normal sugar spikes from protein and glucose and everything are fine. The sugar spike from a Snickers or a soda is not the same fucking thing. Like, my God.
I'll have to wait a minute, Avery. I'm painting my nails. I'm sorry. I can't type and paint.
And I can't because I don't know the link.
And you don't do gilded.
Probably because I haven't been there since. Oh, yeah. He's talking about the gilded. But yeah, so it's like, you know.
Yes, Silver, he does.
This is all tangled up. Because the cats keep fucking with my shit. Do your thing. Yeah. How's the hearts coming?
Hold on, I'll show you, because I screwed up one nail, so I had to restart it.
Very right, Liko. Very right. And I'll tell you right now, my 50 ounce. Oh, that is looking so precious. We loving it.
I'm going to make that one a little bigger, I think.
You know, like, despite China being China, the McDonald's in China have exercise bikes so you can sit on a bike and exercise while you eat. And it powers electricity so you can charge your phone and stuff like that while you're sitting there.
Yep.
Nails on fleek, right? Ooh. Ooh.
Trying. It's been a while since I've done my own nails.
I am avoiding it for now for a long time because when I first got into nails, I have a whole nail kit somewhere around here. I didn't like the idea of having to wipe off for a long time, so I used pure acetone on my nails.
I do.
And it destroyed them. Like they got real brittle for a while. Yep, that's almost the exact one I used.
It's not bad for your nails as long as you're not doing them like daily. And as a matter of fact, having your nails painted is actually better for them than having them naked. This is something you should have learned from our girl.
This was before her. This was 2015, 2016. It was a different Cassie.
Yeah.
She was by herself. She was not on, like, there was a strong, long period of time, which is one of the reasons why I don't know a lot of the YouTubers. So, and what's funny is I was on my Facebook, I was seeing some of them. The last YouTubers, and I can actually show you when I met them. The last YouTubers I was into was Caters17 and SMP Films. And they did a country tour, which was never heard of at the time. YouTubers did not tour the country back then. That was not something that was done. And these people went and they toured the country. They got a company to fund it, which again was unheard of at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back. See if you can find me in the photo, guys. Hold on. Shouldn't be hard to find me.
She's the short one.
There's a couple of short people there. Thank you.
Yeah, but you're the short one with the red hair.
Yep. So right here is Caters17. Right here, SMP Films. And they came to Rhode Island. We went in Providence. And this was an Australian rock band that was traveling with them. And the one that recently passed away, I believe, from self-deletion.
Mm.
We gave him autocrat to try. And the gentleman drank it straight from the bottle. And I'm going to tell you right now, she's the woman one. Ha, 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 ha. And yeah.
Very well done. Congratulations, Liko.
But whatchamacallit, let me see if I can find the other photo.
Okay, we'll keep that one.
Dang it. This is annoying. Trying to see. I'm looking and I don't see what I'm looking for, which is annoying.
Have you tried using your eyeballs?
I plucked them out a long time ago. They just kept frustrating, you know? Oh my god, that was something that disturbed me. Not to get gross, guys. There was this woman, 2018. She had been awake for 48 hours and she did a lot of drugs, several different forms of meth. And she got herself so high, she ended up ripping out her own eyeballs and smushing them in her hands. And I'm just like, exactly how much meth did she take?
Doesn't take much.
They said she had been constantly taking it for like 24 hours. And I'm just like, well, okay. That's a thing.
Mm.
Let me see. Where's the albums? Maybe it's in my profile pictures.
Okay, we'll call that one good. This
Can
one's
you
so
call that one
awful.
good?
No. This one's awful. Look at it.
Yeah, here, hold on. I'm coming in a second. Let me save this first. Found it. Let me look. Where are you? It's a clover. It's not that bad. It's an artistic choice.
Yeah, we'll go with that. It's not the fact that I'm doing this left-handed or anything.
I find out a lot of random things. Sorry, Silvar. I just find out so many random things. So here we go. I'll now share it.
Here's the one with the big ball on it. There it is.
And this was me with Caters 17.
Aw.
I still have those. Not the cupcakes themselves. But
I would hope not.
if you look, I showed up. That was a keychain. That was a necklace that Starman bought me for one of our anniversaries. My nails are all blue with black stars on them. And I showed up with a little basket full of star-shaped cupcakes for everybody. Which
Very cute.
was mildly short-sighted of me because, you know, like, would you take cupcakes from a stranger?
Maybe.
Depends on the day. But
depends on how the cupcakes looked, really.
I mean, did those look good?
They looked good. They're cute. They obviously put thought into them with the little star-shaped cupcake things. So, yeah.
That's solid behavior. Oh, thank you. Listen, I'm on brand. Like I said, I didn't even realize my favorite candy, the one that would take me back to 8 years old, was star-shaped. So shit, like, I'm on brand unintentionally. But I don't know, guys. I'm getting a little loopy. I think it is time we start the outros. Full disclosure, I'll take food from almost anyone if it looks appetizing. Now you guys know how to get them. Avery, look out. Penny, we're going to be getting up soon. Are you okay with that?
I doubt it.
I don't know if you guys can hear. She talked to me as soon as I said her name. Penny. Penny. Fine. Ignore me. Yeah. Oh, that's
Thanks, Silver. I don't know what.
Mardi Gras is now officially Mardi Gras for you. Or Fat Tuesday. Either way, guys. All right.
What the fuck?
It's called a nail.
Yeah, but where did that come from?
Where did what come from?
That giant spot in my... I accidentally wiped the spot of the nail polish out.
Oh, you probably did without, because like right here, if you curl your middle finger at all, you hit your knuckle.
No, it's on the side of this finger. That's so irritating.
Right, Silvar? It is 2:16. So I'm getting tired. I've been being really good. Chaco, I know you're going to watch this in the aftermath. I've been very good going to bed on time, so that's why I'm getting a little tired. You guys normally, I can normally go to like 4 or 5 in the morning if need be. But no, I'm hitting hard. Plus, she and I had to discuss something while I'm still slightly cognizant. So
Yeah.
but
So I will be probably playing with Brahma tomorrow night, doing some party animals. Wednesdays, midweek hump, we're having Professor Savage Dad on as a guest. Thursday, I will be doing part 2 of At the Mountains of Madness. And Friday, I'll be playing Pow World with Sheep. Saturday will be Neverwinter Nights. Sunday will be some kind of video gaming. I don't know what yet. And then on Monday, we'll be back here having fun, chatting, hanging out. And I promise I won't be doing my nails then. That's it. Yeah. Follow me. I'm looking to get to my 1,000 followers. And on the 23rd, we will be having our first membership stream as for those of you who have been so kind as to become members for my channel. So, yep, that's it.
And she might not see it, Silvar, because that's on horror side. But Chaco, that's for you. I am not from New York City, Avery. I am from Rhode Island. A lot of people say, and as a matter of fact, Ian Brownhill said to think, I'm this. Of course I do this. That whole meme going on. Said I'm from Rhode Island. Of course you're gonna think I'm from New York. No, it's road, not long. And you have no idea how much. But all right, guys. So I actually had a video come out today. If I have it in me, I'm going to get another one finished this week. I did not realize how much editing the reaction video would take. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm in NC now, by the way, Avery. But it's a really good one. I think it's important. It's actually into what we talked about today on stream about, switching things up, changing up recipes to make it a little healthier. And in some cases, knocking down hundreds of calories. Like, you'll want to see it. You'll want to see it. You will see me tomorrow at noon. Should be at noon. For chat.
She said noon for those of you who can't hear.
Bitch. And Toonie, you're coming in at the wrong time, babe. We're
getting ready to leave, man. But thanks for stopping in.
Yes. Whatchamacallit? You will catch me. There should be a premiere coming out this week. I'm trying to get 2 more videos out this week. And then it will be next Sunday with the ladies from Mother to Smothered. Then next Monday with my love. Oh, fine. Fuck you too. Bye. He's kicking me for no reason, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Otherwise, guys, remember to get your animals spayed and neutered. Remember to get them properly vaccinated. Remember to tell the people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So, horror.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
Be safe.
I've got to run now. Bye.
No, fuck you. Haha. I was about to say it. You heard it in my voice. She claims she runs from Elizabeth, but she hasn't run from me. All right, guys. That's it. Thank you for tonight. We appreciate you all. I love you guys. Have a great night and stay safe. And happy Mardi Gras. And if you are celebrating with your sweetheart or with your family, because, there is the Galentine's, everything else, have a happy and romantic Valentine's Day.